believe in the most. And I really feel like that's what's important for individuals. Investing in what you believe in the most and just knowing what you're doing. Like really, really take a deep dive into things before you put your money anywhere. But yeah, that's how it goes. And sometimes it's just the way she goes. And the way she goes is Signature Bank is shut down. But deposits are available. And so is Silicon Valley Bank. What was it, like First Republic Bank? Investor Relations? That's the other one I think I wanted to check. I heard they might be in trouble. And Marantz Rantz, Elmo, Xfit, Linderville, Wendy, Danzo, Ryan Song. Gang, everyone's here. Raider Bow, thank you. Shout out to all.
All right. I am live. And I have Tetron. I'll call him.
But yeah, we're rolling here.
All right, I'm getting Tetron in here.
Hold on.
Let me call him. I actually have him running live right now, so it's okay. I might have to put him in my ears.
Signatures, okay.
Let's see.
Some more loans.
Can you
They
hear
did
me?
have an increase in deposits here.
Yeah, I gotta just pull up Discord on my computer real quick. How you doing?
Okay.
I'm good, brother. I'm gonna turn you off on my. I have you playing already. On my
Variances
other
are for the
screen.
year ended. Okay, what kind of variances are we talking about?
Okay.
Boom, we're there. No. So I want to do a couple things. One, I'm looking at the list of banks. I have a list, and I'm putting together who's going to run next. And this is based off of what I already know, what we already know. There was several banks on Friday that lost 20 to 30%. They're going under right now. And I didn't see Signature on my list yet. I have to go look at it. I want to know what the exposure is of them. And then also want to know like who's on their board of directors, things like that. And
Gotcha.
if it's loud in the background, it's because my wife's watching the movie Scream 5.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know what the hell she's doing. Love her to bits and pieces. But are you still live right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then you can stay live. We have the ability to do this together. It's cool. I don't know am I in your volume? Can you play out my volume on your chat?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna switch over to
I wonder if that works.
laptop right now. So
Yeah.
1 second.
So first I'm going to go through the board of directors of these guys' Signature. Because you know what? Everybody at damn Silicon Valley Bank has ties to what's it called? Bank of America. So here I am thinking these guys are doing things on purpose just so Bank of America can eat it up. But I'm reading right now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. 1 second. I got to figure out my volume. It's acting weird.
You're doing great. You actually sound good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I know. Last time I literally watched that back. I'm like, what was I thinking? Like,
You're doing great, bro. You're doing. Oh, this guy's short hedge fund guy. Oh, this guy's terrible. Oh man. Yeah, I don't like this guy, Derek Cephas. Yeah, really bad crew. D&E Shaw and Company. I know all these guys, all these names.
yeah, I've really been digging into it.
Yeah, you get used to it because like you just won't take it up for surface, right? Like anything on the surface anymore. Like now it's like you tell me to go buy a company, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be right back. Let's go check it out real quick. Let me go see what I have. So this is first president of deputy. There we go. I need to see what other banks they've worked for. Chairman of the Republic Financial Services Corporation. Oh my goodness. Both sides of the aisle. What are they trying to do to us?
It's crazy how there's so much
Money runs.
infiltration.
So here, this guy.
It literally makes the world go round.
Well, look at this. This guy co-sponsored the Dodd-Frank Wall Street reform. So this guy is all about it. This is Barney Frank. Okay, here you go. He was he's a he's on Congress, right? He's a congressman. I remember this guy. He's everywhere.
Wait, what's his name?
Barney Frank.
Barney Frank.
World famous man. This guy,
Gotcha.
Mr. Frank, spent 8 years as state representative of Massachusetts, chief of staff for Harrington, blah, blah, blah. This is a guy, oh yeah. He's the chairman of the House of Financial Services Committee. He's everything you want him to be, bro. This is bad.
Oh, yeah.
He's at Signature Bank. I mean, how are you a director at this bank and you're allowing this stuff to happen? When I say allowing it to happen, it's like They literally have bad business practices. He held numerous positions, including CFO of both Republic. Is that Republic's retail broker dealer? Okay, so it's again the Republic National Bank of New York. I don't know if that has anything to do with Republicans, but it's called the Republic Bank. So who is this? Judith Huntington.
Let's see.
Oh man, Pegasus. Oh shit, bro. President of Pegasus. Oh no.
It's all there.
Don't do it. Nah, that's probably a different Pegasus. That can't be the same Pegasus that broke off from Apollo. That can't be it. There's no way. Pegasus Financial Concierge LLC. I'll have to check it out. Oh man, she was a recipient of the Apex Adequacy Award. I don't trust her. She's got a big ass bio too. An IRS-sponsored organization offering free tax preparation, low-income individuals. Sounds like they're preying on the weak. I saw you reading the balance sheet. I was hearing you while I was eating.
I was just kind of like trying to dig into it and just see like what's going on here.
Well, they can't hold on to those bonds, man. They got to pay people to take them away from them. That's how bad it is.
That's what I started really realizing. Like that's what I was kind of like wrapping my head around over the weekend. I was like, wait a minute, like. As they raise interest rates, that's what's really burning them. Because then when they have to like actually get the cash when people are pulling deposits, like it's just crazy how like it made sense, but like now seeing it in real time, like holy shit.
You want to hear this, director? Since founding the firm, she has spoken on blockchain technology, IoT, and artificial intelligence at many global conferences, including the Milken Global Institute. Bam! There you go.
Damn.
And what is she with? Previously, she worked at Intel Capital, investing in enterprise software in Silicon Valley, 1999 to 2003. New Venture Partners. I mean, this board of directors is a list of the who's who of people who are just going to make bad decisions. She was, what is this? Access to the Capital Committee member of the U.S. Secretary of State Clinton Women's Leadership Council. They both have ties to that side. I already said my part on that. I don't really want to go that route. You know that. I don't want to do it. But they're making me do it. What do you want me to do? Like, I had this whole theory. Like, you're not ready for it. All right, check this out. Then I'll call you Tetron, not Noah. I'll do the thing. Hey,
you can do either one.
No,
wait, did you want me to, like,
what's up?
Go on your stream? Or?
You're already on my stream right now. We're live.
I didn't realize you're live too.
Bro, don't worry. We're running a dual live stream. You're just there. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, man.
This guy's mic is acting like crazy. Oh, okay. Let me fix this mic. I apologize, guys. I can fix this mic. But all I have to do is lower down my thing. If I turn on my headphones, then it'll be good. Go ahead and talk now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they can't hear you. Can they hear you? I don't even know. Something happened.
I'm here.
Oh, I might have hit mute. There, can you talk now?
No, you're good.
Oh, we're good then. Okay, here we go. So anyway, back to what I was saying is my theory. And this is like a crazy, like way out there theory. And I have to see whatever these guys are doing. Antrade's girlfriend transition to a female was a success. Oh, good job, guys. Way to sort that out right now on a Sunday. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Top priority right now with everything going on.
So Tetron, here's my theory, okay? And everybody's saying what's up to both of us. You guys know how it goes. How many coincidences until mathematically impossible? Sorry, yeah.
True.
Here's how this works. Yeah, they say much better, the sound. Thank you. Here's my theory, and you can call me crazy, but so my theory is they reinstate Jerome Powell to the head of the Fed, right? And by doing that, they made him the fall guy. And what the fall guy is that they're going to keep increasing rates until it forces a recession to happen. And they accelerated that recession by increasing the rates as fast as they have, the fastest in history. Now, what that does is it crumbles mid-cap and small-cap companies that can't carry these bonds into this era of adjusting interest rates that keep going up and up and up. And as they keep going up and up and up, you're going to now have a year and a half to make the claim that you have fixed the economy. So if we bury this economy right now, you have about a year and a half to get ready for an election, and it can be orchestrated, it can be manufactured this way. Now, I think this crazy only because I've lived this life. I lived through 9/11, I lived through COVID, and now I'm living through this right here in front of you. And I'm telling you, for them to allow banks to just close over a weekend is crazy. Like, you're telling me that Janet Yellen can proclaim that they're not going to save these commercial banks? That means that you're okay with millions of people losing their jobs. That's what you're telling me. And when you do that, that's a self-induced gunshot wound. And that's what I see. I don't see it any other way, man. I just don't. Yeah. And you tell me how you feel. Or you don't have to.
It's crazy because it's like, I've never heard of a bank closing like over the weekend. Like, have you ever heard of that like prior to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
it happened with like the investment for like with Lehman. I had said that, and with they closed on a Thursday, halted on a Friday, and then they had a buyer by Monday. And
crazy.
That's the way they do it. They give themselves a weekend to really shuffle the deck. But back then, what they did was they had Merrill Lynch, B of A, which they ended up joining forces, and then you had J.P. Morgan, Chase. You have 4 big banks now, and the ones who didn't get called to the table was Lehman, because they were like, "Hey, listen, we're going to buy you out. We're just going to buy out everything you have." That's why like Jamie Dimon and all these guys are so famous, because they literally made billions of dollars for their clients and everyone, because they bought all the debt. And in this case, somebody out here is telling me that it's mortgage-backed securities, and that's crazy if it is for Silicon Valley, because if you're putting your money in something like that, but yet you're over leveraged because you have this risky side of it where you're actually loaning money to startups, risky startups. I'll give you this. Like, Tetron, think about this. You and I, we're adults. We have money. We go to work. We get a check. Who do you bank with? Like, do you bank with a tier 1 bank, guys who have trillions of assets under management? Or do you go with the mom and pop bank and then you're unsecure on your money? Well, chances are we're under $250,000. If these companies are over 250, they need to go put their money in the best bank possible, not put it in a risky bank. And here's the problem that I have with bank runs and why people are not talking about this, and they need to. The bank run is a reality because you lose no money by pulling your money out, right? Like today, if I say, you know what, I don't like that bank, let me go get my money out right now. I'll see what happens a month from now, a year from now. I still have that money on me and I can go put it back in. No harm, no foul. But if you leave your money in there, just with the off chance that you're going to lose 15 to 20% because that's all that's insured by the FDIC after this all settles down, who's taking that risk? Nobody. Nobody's willing to lose money with the, I might lose it, I might not. That's just me.
Yeah, and like, did you see what happened with like the US dollar coin thing? Like how it like
I was watching it. I saw it got unpegged, but I don't know I don't know how to exactly explain that whole side of it.
Yeah, so like part of it is like or from what I understand, like part of their reserves, like they say it's 1-to-1, but it's like quote unquote 1-to-1, right, because part of it is in cash, but part of it is in like shorter term bonds, like super short term. But at the same time, it's like if it's not all cash, and then suddenly a bunch of people started redeeming, and I think people are panicking, like, well, what if that 3.3 billion doesn't get returned? So then everyone started like redeeming, but then Coinbase, like Robin, all those guys were like, well, actually, you can't redeem US dollar coin this weekend. Banks are, or whatever. So then they're like, oh, it'll resume on Monday. And then, sure enough, there's a resolution.
So what do you
Monday.
need? You need to have the Fed back up this comes into the play of who's currently in the administration for crypto regulation. Like the Fed's going to back every deposit. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
You can't.
Yeah. And also, like, just the deposits alone that's being covered for, like, Silicon Valley Bank. I was looking, like, how Ryan Cohen tweeted today about, like, the TARPs. That was for, like, $700 billion. And that's, like, already 25% of that total, like, thing, the total TARP, like, that he referenced, like, $700 billion. 25% is just Silicon Valley Bank alone deposits. And that's, like, only the 16th largest. Like, what if somebody bigger? You know what I mean? Like, it really just opened my eyes. Like, damn.
So I don't understand what Ruben's saying. He's saying PPT to the rescue. I'm lost there on that one. I just
CPT.
Yeah, no. But so what I'm looking at.
What does that stand for?
When will the dollar be considered a meme? I'd probably never, Dennis. It's the problem with that is, okay, so we've always dealt with petrodollars. That's what I call them, oil dollars. So countries sell oil. But what they don't do is they don't sell it for euros or for the yen or the yuan. they sell it for US dollars. No matter what country you're in, you're dealing with US dollars when you think about oil, because that's how the Saudis get their money, period. Texas, you won't even have Texas money being spent here anymore. They're selling it elsewhere, the oil itself, and that's because our administration doesn't allow it. So once that dollar has been unpegged from the gas dollar, from the oil dollar, now we're looking at a different dollar, right? And I tell you this because you got to think about where you spend your money. Whether you spend your money on utilities or food, and then infrastructure to live, you have to know what the necessities are. And I just named you 3 necessities, but all the luxuries in life that's just what this is. Like the executives are going to get paid apparently because they already gave themselves a raise last year. But the people putting in money, let me tell you guys something about confidence. You will lose listen, people that run businesses and people that put money in, there is no, I make a risk here to put this money in. What is the point? What is the point of having 5,000 banks in the country, regionally, it's local banks, regional banks, and then you have these national banks? What do you need all these small banks for? You don't if they can't insure your funds, or if they don't have them back that way. If they're over leveraged and they're doing things that just wouldn't be business savvy. I just saw a whole board of directors that have ties to the left, and you're telling me that Signature Bank is just that dumb? Like, there's no way. I have to go read more into the damn, the whole underline of it all. Every quarter, see what they were doing, see what assets under management they had. This is fresh. It just came out an hour ago. So, what I'm telling you is this. So I'm at this funeral, right? I'm at a funeral with a bunch of, I don't want to call them billionaires. We'll just say millionaires. And we're there and we're talking, and they're like, oh, look at this picture. It's so-and-so and Nancy Pelosi and some other famous actress, whatever. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, these are the circles that people are running in, right? They're like, we're here in California. But not a single person in that room was talking about a bank collapse. No one brought up the fact that the world's crumbling right in front of you. And that's why I feel like the fact that you're in GameStop, I'm in GameStop, and we all have the same like minds. It's like, you think there's FOMO coming? I don't think there's FOMO coming. I'll tell you what I think there is. I think there's going to be people trying to chase it, yes, but there's us who already believe or already entrenched in what this company's doing in the leadership. But remember that GameStop has $1 billion that's secure. Like, they're not leveraged to that point. And from what I see, they don't have ties to the Silicon Valley Bank. So I was happy to hear that part.
Yeah, me too.
But to have marketable securities that are going to have an increase in value, or you can get out of them very quickly, I feel this market's coming down tomorrow. I feel the confidence is not there, and everyone's looking for a soft landing. And I'm not just talking about the economy soft landing. I'm talking about the financial soft landing, that they need to go find a bank that can insure their money. If you start giving money to Bank of America and JP Morgan, and now they're telling me BRICS, guys, I'm not sending my money overseas or in any, I don't know what BRICS is exactly. I just know that it has.
Yes, I never heard of it.
Oh, BRICS is it's the latest one that's getting all the money right now from all these pullouts. So on these bank runs, BRICS has the most new, I think it was like over $100 million in infused capital. And they have, it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Spain. I believe that's what it stands for. Gotcha. And they're trying to come up with like a central banking system for the world, and it's going to be this company. So I don't know what the purpose was of this, but confidence is an all-time low. Yes, I agree with you, Ryan Sung. And I feel that for you not to be confident in what's happening with your money, that is a huge deciding factor on whether or not to run. And a bank run can happen, guys. If you guys aren't familiar with a bank run, what that is anyone shows up to your bank, they knock on the door, and they say, hey, I want my money, and you don't have it. It's essentially what Binance did to FTX when they went to go back and say, we want our money for these tokens that we have that you sold us. And they're like, well, that money's out somewhere, it's on a loan somewhere. If they can't fulfill those obligations, they shut the doors. And then the FDIC comes in and they shut them down. But in this case, shutting down 3 banks in a week, that is not a coincidence. That is not a form of this is a sole entity issue. This is collateral. This is dominoes, and what happens. And if you don't know what happens, I can tell you because I lived it. You will see everyone run like wild. And when I mean everyone, no, not you and me. Like, guys, calm down. The world's okay. Us people, we're okay. Unless you got over 250 grand in the bank somewhere, you're okay. And I mean, I'm going to park all my money into GameStop. That's what I do. That's fine. But I park it there, or I park it in my other funds, and I'm okay with that. But I don't have it in a commercial bank. I don't have it in a private bank, like for private banking or anything like that. I just don't, because I can't trust these guys right now. And I don't mind not trusting them. Let me pull my money out. Let me hold it for a little bit, and let me park it in GameStop, and I'll come back to it. So that's just my theory on this right now. If you want to go down this list with me right now, it's going to be awesome. This is all happening while GameStop earnings are going to be announced in 21st.
Yeah. Let me just pull up your stream real quick.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when GameStop goes, net zero and makes some crazy coin? Oh, man, I'm excited. All right. So I'm pulling up the tracker right now, okay? And I want to look up each bank. Individually, I don't care. How long this takes, I don't care. I want to look and see if they had movement on the other side. So Associated Bank Corp is a bank, and it looks like they were flat. They didn't lose much. They did. They gapped down. Wow. So they gapped down.
Which one is this?
This is ASB.
ASB.
ASB gapped down that morning. This is the confidence factor, guys. When you can go from 20 and a half all the way down to 19.5. I know that's not a lot to some of you guys. Just know that there's a float here, free float at $3 billion, smaller bank, and that's just what the stock is worth. But if you look at it, it gapped down the morning of. It's been coming down from the $23 price point all the way down to $19.59. That is no confidence in the bank itself, and you're losing confidence in the whole banking sector. So there's one that I'd be looking at. I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and set it up to just short all these banks during this time frame. Like if you just
that's how it seems to always go.
Well, they're gonna pounce, man. What do you want them to do? They gotta. I don't even know how they become unleveraged at this point. This one battled back, 36.16. It's okay. It's not bad. They said Pacific West, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one. So Bank of California, BANC. I'm looking them all up. I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm going to be here for a while. So this one coming down. Yeah, whenever look at this. I mean, guys, this is every bank. This is not like I don't help people know. This is not normal. Every bank just to come crashing from 1826 all the way down to 1444. And it just happened in a day. Like you literally just lost. That looks like over 10%. Over 10%. It went from 16, that would be $1.60. Yeah, all the way down. So
what do you think what's going on with Schwab?
I saw them go all the way down. If they're exposed to any of this, like you don't want a big guy like that to be exposed. Because a lot of people have money invested with them. Look at that shit. Bank of America. My God. Is that Bank of America? Oh, man. All-time low. Triple low. Whatever it is.
Damn.
Since the pandemic.
It's a massive.
Let's see, boom, boom, boom. What was this one over here? Oh, since GameStop. There you go. Since GameStop. That's pretty cool. Come on down. You're the next contestant on. You're about to get punked. Bank of America's not looking good, guys. What's Kramer going to say? Buy all these stocks? I mean, what can he say at this point? Western Alliance, that's the bank. Well, we're going down the list, guys. I hear you. I'm at Bank of Hawaii. Hopefully, Hawaii, they just kept the money on the island. They didn't do anything stupid. Bank of Hawaii. Oh, God. That's a gap.
Bad.
Yeah. Dropped down from 73 all the way down to 59. Those are huge drops for these guys, bro. It's not looking good.
It's crazy. These are all like big names we're talking about. Like and all at once. Like you're right. It's just simply not a coincidence.
Well, it's not. What it is confidence. It has the business is all about confidence. Like investing is all about confidence. If you think that it's possible, that's all it takes. Like how old are you again?
22.
22, brother. I love you, man. All right, check this out.
Nah, I love you, man. You're awesome.
Yeah, I hear you. Check this out. BRBS. You ever been in a relationship? Oh, you got a girlfriend, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, we're in
we
good
talked
shape.
about that. You gotta go look at this bank. This bank's trash. Don't ever go to Blue Ridge. What the hell is this shit? God damn. Hey, Blue Ridge fell off the map in April. I don't want to know what happened.
Damn.
So you got a girlfriend, and you know, whenever you're in a relationship and you lose trust in that person, something happens, right? For you to lose trust. I'll give you this example. Maybe her best friend cheats on her husband, right? That gives you the notion, like, hey, you surround yourself with this cheater. Like, that's who you hang out with. You are who you hang out with. So now they're just guilty by association. And it's the fact of the doubt that it could happen. That is the same parallel to what investing is. The fact that it could happen, that friend let it happen, maybe it's in their mind. So maybe that bank allowed this to happen. Maybe it's in this new bank's mind. Maybe this new bank has a new board of directors or a new individual that came from previous banks. Because when you look at people that were at Lehman, that were at Bear Stearns, that were at SAC Capital, that were at all the shutdown firms, right? Like when you look at them and you say, well, they've done something bad in the past. They're associated with that brand. All those people needed jobs. When Lehman Brothers closed down, every single one of those executives went to find a new job. They still have the characteristics and the business savvy to do what they just did. That's why I go look back to see where they're coming from. And when I see these guys, man, they're snakes in the grass. So just giving you a parallel of losing trust. When you lose trust, it's basically you can never get it back. You have to be in full forgiveness mode. And it's not possible. Sometimes you're just better off to cut ties with that person and go to another one, you know, and move on with life. But I don't want to speak about myself too much. No, I'm joking. But I've been with my wife 16 years.
I definitely hear what you're saying. Yeah.
but it's just that way. No, I'm telling you right now, bro, you're going to lose. These guys are going to lose some money. Okay. And I'm still going down the list. All right, guys, I'm going to take my time. Talk to the crowd. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Hey, yeah, dude, it's just awesome to be here and just feel like talking with you, and just everything happening in real time is like, to me, it's so fascinating because like kind of you were saying before how you've lived through like a lot of these different things, like you're blessed with that experience. For me, like 2008, I was literally like 8 or 9 years old. So I had no idea what's going on with that, like in that moment in time. So I really had to like go back and just kind of analyzing it. And I always thought like, you know, I could never really have it again. They put these safeguards in place, right? Like in high school and whatever. Then just as time moved on, got invested in GameStop, this and that. And then you just start to like look at everything deeper. And like when you just really look at the numbers and like the actual facts, it's like, holy shit, this is literally.
So you kind of like hit something on the head right there, okay? So when you say they put all these safeguards into place, all right? Those are dealt. See, Citibank's unaffected, bro. Damn it. I need Citibank to go under. I have some credit cards with them and, you know.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I want them to go under so I don't have to pay these damn credit card bills. Anyway, here's the deal. The regulations that they put into place from 2009 financial crisis, 2008, 2009, those are made for the big caps, right? So when you look at banking, and if you have under if you have under $50 billion in deposits, they don't mess with you. But the minute you have over 50 billion, they did was whatever I read yesterday was your prudential, as they call it. You are now you're an esteemed group of banks, and you play under different regulations. So they actually, this is why I'm mad at Moody's, right? So Moody's goes in and gives a AAA rating to Silicon Valley Bank last month. And
yeah, I heard that. It was literally like when it went under, it was literally like, hey, like what?
What the hell's going on? Like, who's doing the rating system? And if you looked at what happened in the past with housing, you know that they were AAA rated, all those mortgage-backed securities, all those tranches, whatever the hell they were called, the CDOs or whatever they're called.
CMOs or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they're called. You know, I watched the movie 20 times, man. I'm a professional. Yeah. But my point is that at some point, someone's just pencil whipping. They're just getting things done just for the sake of doing it. They're not really doing the due diligence on their own platforms. And what it does, it costs people money, sure. But now it's going to cost people their lives, like their livelihoods. And it's terrible, man. It's terrible for everything that's going to crumble. But for me personally, on the other side of the coin, where we're betting the short, essentially. I know we're long on GameStop, but that is betting a short because we are basically the short of the market. We're the opposite. So
Yeah,
that's why I have that negative beta. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. And I really feel like it's the ultimate like market hedge. Like I've kind of said that into like my circle of friends and they just don't quite understand it.
Yeah,
Like I've like
trust me.
a couple close friends that like I've like, obviously I've talked to like a long time. Like I don't know if you've seen like my friend like JPP, he's always hopping on and just
I know
like
the guy.
talking about it. Like he's really into GameStop. So he really like kind of sees where I'm coming from with things. But a lot of other people are like, why are you holding GameStop to hedge against the market crash? Like that doesn't make any sense. And I just say, you'll see. You just like, like if it's, I've tried to explain, but if they're just not getting it, you'll see. Just keep an eye on it. That's kind of like my go-to thing to say with GameStop these days, because people are always like, "Oh, I don't understand." I mean, like, if I just tell someone random, of course, that's what I mean in terms of that. But
These
it's
guys
just
are
funny.
going to go under right here. These guys going under. Western Alliance is going under, bro. There's no doubt in my mind. They were all-time pumped, all-time high, just January of last year at 122 a share. They touched all the way down
20%.
to $30 yesterday on Friday. I mean,
Damn.
They hit the
Oh
low
yeah,
30.
I did see that actually.
they're down 20% already on the day, and after hours they're down an additional 4%. Sitting at 49 and some change, 49.34. That's coming down because apparently these guys must have ties. Like I don't know who's pulling out money. I don't know who initiated this, but it just can't be one. It just can't be like, hey, Silicon Valley, that's it. No way. Because if people are really looking at the books now the way they want to see them like this, it's going to be painful, man. Look at that bank sector.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Like when you say like looking at the books, I wonder now, like, will more people like, I guess in the sense like not necessarily like when I say like a rich person, like maybe someone that like has somebody like doing their finances for them, like are all their guys going to be like, hey, you should like probably move your money from this bank because like more people like look at banks closer. Like do you think that's something that's kind of going on right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. People put their eyes on it. Yeah, I just want to thank Challenger right now in the chat. Challenger just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are getting the member section, the members only section, those are my OnlyFans. I have 19 videos and they're called OnlyFans. And
nice.
Oh, it's awesome, bro. OnlyFans. But you guys can go ahead and hang out there and see what we do. It's behind the scenes of the channel. Like I give them a prep of what we're gonna do for the day, where to meet me, where to see me, all this stuff. I went to this funeral for a young lady. She was really old. And
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it's okay. It's okay. She was my wife's grandmother was like our grandmother, right? Like she was grandmother for the whole family. And her birthday is 3/10, which was 2 days ago. Just so happens to be the same day that these announcements start happening. Also is tied in with GameStop's peak of 2021. Remember before, like after, like in March.
That crazy day.
Same thing. Her birthday, grandma's birthday, Grandma Nina. Awesome. She has GameStop shares. And she passed away on Valentine's Day last year. And those shares will not be sold, ever. They died with her. They live with her. That's it. They're done. So that's why I tell you she's diamond-handed. So she supports the channel, supports me, or she did when she was here. So anyway, so Grandma used to work for this family. And she worked for 7 families in the Vintage. The Vintage is the most prestigious country club in America. That's up for debate, maybe top 3 in that range. Bill Gates lives there. We just drove by his house. Everybody lives there, right? Like anybody who's somebody lives there. They have a house.
Gotcha.
There. And so they had a huge remembrance of her, the one of the ladies that the grandmother used to work for. Grandma Nina used to work for, and Grandma Nina worked for them for 40 years. So she was the estate planner for them. Flew on they own jets and all that stuff, right? They flew everywhere. So they're giving out like they're setting up, giving these stories of like what they remember. And I'm in the crowd. Okay. I'm just there. And I never got to meet her name's Mrs. Hall. I'll even say her name, Evelyn Hall. And never got to meet her. I just know that she's a huge donor of like everything. Like she funded the YMCA for the whole region down here. She would donate $1 million to McCollum Theater. Like they did a lot of philanthropy. So moving forward, these guys are all telling stories. And let me tell you how out of touch they are with reality. Oh, well, when we took the plane and we did this and they have their own jets and stuff and they all get around. They don't even live here. And we just sold the house and it sold for about 6 million and blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, you guys are crazy. Like, I'm just listening, right? Like, all right. Does anybody know that 3 banks just closed? Like, I got the update in on my Discord from Almo in my phone. Almo goes, "Yo, just heard on the radio, Signature Bank just closed," and I was like screaming inside. And I'm like, "Baby, we gotta go." And my wife's like, "What do you mean? We still have dinner. We still have all this." I'm like, "These people don't know. They don't know what's about to happen. They'll get a call from their broker later, and their broker be like, 'Hey, I think we should look at this bank and get out of here or go buy something.'" Like, who knows what they're doing with their money? I don't care. But it was just like I was out of my element, as in to say that like these guys are not grinding for their money. They're not watching it as closely as we are. I think that this group of individuals, whether you're a GameStop investor, AMC, or Bed Bath & Beyond, I think you're the most informed retail investors in a very long time, where you have a great grasp. You might have a disproportion of belief in reality. That's different. But you understand the mechanics of the market and what could happen. So when we look at this, banks running, I think people need to be fearful with the point that you might lose confidence, right? Like your bank might start getting run, and you might get scared. But I'm telling you, unless you have over 250,000, chill, relax.
Yeah, exactly. Much
because
agreed.
The government does protect you at that point. I just don't know why they're thinking that we're going to back every dollar, or that we have to. So like, okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So there's people out here calling for the Fed to save these banks. They're saying we have to, and the government has to step in. And then you have Janet Yellen, the treasurer, saying absolutely not. It's not going to happen. And that is a posturing move for me personally. I don't know if you saw the video I put up earlier today, but
no, I didn't get a chance to yet.
Oh, you fake fan! You never follow my channel.
No.
Watch that video.
I gotta watch it later.
Let me tell you something, okay, young man. All the people who follow, like, I got a whole bunch of friends of mine that follow me, right? They're subscribers, and I'll be like, "Hey, man, yeah, what's up?" They're like, "Hey, Marantz, what you got going on?" I said, "I don't know. You watch the video?" They're like, "Oh man, I haven't had time." Yeah, man, they're just so long. I'm like, it was 3 minutes. It was an update video. You didn't watch it? All right, whatever. But anyway, back to you. What I said was that you can sit back and you can think about these guys trying to save people, but I think that she's posturing because they don't want to bail out the banks, but I think they would. They would, because you would lose all confidence, and this whole damn thing can come cascading down. It's like you don't want to say like an avalanche type style, but it literally will build up that type of momentum. And you can stop it, rather than having an ego and saying, we're not going to save them, that bank. They were overextended on their own. No, you might have tipped them over. Somebody might have tipped them over. I say the Fed because if you look at Gary Becker, who is the chairman, and he's the CEO, acting CEO for Silicon Valley Bank. Gary Becker was just previously, up until yesterday, on the board of directors for the San Francisco Fed. So
it's so bizarre that that's allowed. Yeah, I could not believe that.
Oh, I'm with you.
And he sold his shares 2 weeks ago, and he was like getting bonuses. Like, how does this stuff happen? It's crazy,
bro. They didn't even get bonus. You know what they did with the bonuses? Because they had no incentive bonuses. They didn't reach them. They gave themselves a base pay increase. So they are hilarious, these bankers. But this guy is at the forefront of it all, knowing that they're going to raise rates. You don't think he has the phone call that says, "Hey, we're going to raise rates another 50 basis points"? Like, he knows. They all know. Come on, he's a chairman of the board. He's on the board of directors for the Fed. He's got to know, right? So if that's the conclusion, and you're doing the business this way, I think Janet Yellen posturing, saying that they're not going to buy up the debt and they're not going to back the deposits. They're going to let the FDIC get a portion of it, right? They're going to give out a percentage. They have to announce that percentage tomorrow. If they let another day pass, they're doing an injustice to the individuals in those banks. So people essentially are going to feel, this is like all things equal, are going to go to the bank tomorrow and attempt to pull money out to pay off their employees, to pay their vendors, to pay the utilities, right? Just to keep the lights on. But how much can they ensure Supposedly it's not that bad, and they can get an 80%, 85%, 90%. So you lose 10%. I'm sorry. Nobody puts money in the bank to say, you know what, I have the possibility of losing 10%. Not a single damn person in this country. So why the hell would they be any different? So I think that she's posturing just to put pressure on a bigger bank, a bigger institution, to buy out this SVB. That's how I feel.
Makes sense. No, it makes sense, and that definitely kind of lines up with what you were saying, like about Powell being like the fall guy, like put in there, because like the rates being raised at this rate, like it's just like everyone's like acting. I feel like in like the media, like how could this have happened? No. And it's like just kind of look at everything that's been building. Like,
listen. This administration has not called a recession, even though you're in a recession. And the way they
did you see they tweeted?
I didn't see what
the White House tweeted.
No,
the White House tweeted literally today that Biden's economic plan is working, and I was like, really?
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy. Like,
what a flex. Hey, Adam Aaron, your popcorn's making you billions, by the way. It's the same way of thinking. It's crazy. I feel AMC is the United States on a smaller scale. Right, so just bullshit leadership and propaganda and smoke and mirrors. Okay,
yeah, it's crazy.
So let's talk about that for a second. The Fed itself and the roles of Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen and Biden. Okay, so we know what we do know is that they were pumping money to Ukraine. Ukraine was in turn pumping money back to FTX, who was in turn pumping money to the Democratic political environment where they were propping up everyone to get once the elections were over in November, FTX files for bankruptcy. When FTX files for bankruptcy, Sullivan and Cromwell negotiate this bankruptcy, and they're currently billing FTX over $16 million a month, overly billing them.
Crazy.
FTX's lead counsel worked for Sullivan and Cromwell before he worked for them. So it's like he's helping out his buddies by agreeing to this agreement. Now, in addition to that, he also worked for Gary Gensler before he worked for Sullivan and Cromwell. And this is the head lawyer for FTX. Now you go through and you see that Sullivan and Cromwell are making money off the bankruptcy, right? Charging astronomical fees. Well, let's go roll over to Silicon Valley Bank right now, and the lawyers in charge of the shutdown, Sullivan and Cromwell.
Same ones, right?
Yes. So, and the part that nobody talks about is the fact that Apollo owns the underlying debt over there in FTX. So they've been buying that out, and there's a connection between Sullivan and Cromwell and Apollo. But great. But I'm just letting you know, the same vultures that we've been saying, vulture capitalists, vulture, these guys, and I don't want to call it ever a strong takeover, a strong arm takeover, or a hostile takeover. They're just here to pick off the carcass of failure. That's why I say distressed credit investors, right? Like whenever these guys are tied to it and you see the names, you got to run. So Signature Bank, same thing. Who's going to buy up Signature Bank when you have numerous people in Congress from the left that are in the company itself? This is the second bank that I've seen someone from the Biden and Obama administration deep inside the company on the board of directors. That is crazy. That is crazy. Other than orchestrated collapse. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be this big brain thinker and say the wrong thing and get myself canceled. And they just reported that Yellen is bailing them out. Okay, so this was just reported that Janet Yellen is going to bail them out. Wow, what did I tell you?
Yeah,
what did I fucking tell you if this is true? Hey, I'm serious, dude. I'm not a genius, okay? I know people see me do all the research, whatever it may be, but I'm just a common sense kind of guy. You can't let it fail, and you can't do this shit. Approved actions enabling the FDIC to complete its resolution of Silicon Valley Bank, blah, 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 in a manner fully protected all depositors. Wow, depositors will have access to all their money starting Monday.
Yeah.
What a bunch of shit.
Crazy.
What a bunch of shit. It really just
incentivizes other people to be like, you know what? If we just do something stupid, it's fine.
Let me explain to you. Well, let me explain that to you, like how this works, because this happened. Okay, when you, and people need to know this part, when you fully, man, Okay, let me get my mind right, and I'm going to do it. Okay.
You're good.
Oh,
Take your time.
good,
Chill.
man. When you fully insure all depositors, okay, all of them, it's going to take you back to the Wild Wild West of 2008. This is when bankers don't give a shit what they do. They literally will make the most riskiest play in the world because it doesn't matter. They can over-leverage themselves 2,000%, and you're telling me you're going to back them. This is a straight bailout of whom? Her friends? Because that's who's on the board of directors for Silicon Valley Bank. That's who's on the board of directors for Signature Bank. This is absolute crime. And you're going to tell me that it's exposing what exactly? Who's buying up the debt and who's doing it for the short? Who's on the both sides of this coin? Because it's being played out in real time. A fucking weekend of halts, and this is what they come up with. This is absolutely crazy. That was just mentioned earlier, and I saw the bank run in the wall on Monday. Oh my God, changed direction and did the bailout. This is crazy. Store closures are good. Cut the fat. Yeah, that is absolutely good. Thank you. Breathe, my brother. I'm trying. Oliver's Papa, welcome to the chat. It's not a bailout. Are you serious, Mike Lang? It's not a bailout? When they say they're going to secure all deposits, that's a bailout. Okay? Securing all deposits when they don't have the cash, that's a cash infusion. Where do you think the money comes from? The FDIC is going to secure what? $150 billion of deposits when they only had enough for $22 billion? No. Won't this make a bank run happen in foreign banks and move to U.S. banks where deposits are fully insured? Yes and no, Mr. Stumbles. A lot of people don't move money around in banks because they do have ties to the banks. Like, it's just, this is not that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's just crazy because it just...
How? Biden, I'm sorry, guys. This is the type of leadership you have, and here's what happened. And I can't even get discouraged from that because I already knew this was going to happen. Like, I literally said it today. So they have to bail them out. You can't let it crumble because if you do, guess what? You have multiple banks that are going to bounce. Now look at this. The minute another bank bounces, now we'll save them.
Craziness.
Oh my God. Who would ever invest in them again? Well, let me tell you something. Everybody. Because they're back. Because, the government has their back. Man, it's a bailout. 100%. It's a bail-in. I agree with that too, Martin H.
Yeah.
The UK put up an offer to buy SVB, and they got till tomorrow to either accept or deny the offer. Well, they can still be bought out. They're still going to get bought out. Donovan Bremer. They're still going to get bought out. What they're trying to do is prevent the bank run. That's all they're trying to do, saying that their deposits are fully insured. So everyone's still going to run on the bank. But to pay that, you're paying that. That's crazy.
Craziness.
I said it this week, and there was a huge meeting in the minds, and they worked it out with the Asian markets open. Rants, they had to do it. I know they had to do it, Model 3. I know they had to. But remember, they're not calling Warren Buffett for the money this time. They're calling you. FDIC is you. You guys pay for that. We pay for that.
What do you think they're going to talk about tomorrow, like in the emergency meeting? It's not an emergency meeting.
From what I know, it's just a meeting on numbers. It's already there. The minutes.
I see what you're saying. It's just for show, kind of.
Yeah, the minutes were already set up for that. It's not like they did it on purpose.
Gotcha.
Hey Tetron, what type of wine do you drink? That's a question for you, brother.
Oh damn! I like Merlot. I think that's pretty good. I'm not like a big wine drinker,
Merlot
but
is pretty smooth.
I think it goes down pretty good. But yeah, I was just like with Joel, my girl, yesterday, so we were just having some. I was like, all right.
You guys are drinking wine, huh?
Yeah, no, because I think I made a video like late Friday. It was when the U.S. dollar coin depegged. I was like, I have to make a video real quick. It's like mad late, but like I'm not out at like a bar or something, so I'm like I got to just like run upstairs and like make a video.
I'm sorry for keeping you tonight with me. Tell her I'm sorry.
Dude, no, it's great to be here.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, this is Tetron Invest on the microphone with me. He's another YouTuber. I believe he's still live streaming on his channel.
Yep.
So there you go. He's still there. His name's Tetron Invest. Tetron drinking that night train. I don't know, man. That's an old school passage. I'm with you, man.
I also like bourbon the best. That's my favorite.
Oh no, there's nothing to celebrate here for me. This is straight dumpster, but I'm used to it at this point. Guys, I'm numb to these buyouts. Are you kidding me? They bailouts. I'm so sorry. How the hell? They're that afraid? You mean to tell me that's not it? We're not just dealing with 2 banks? 3 banks? There's more? No way.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There's more. Because I don't care if you back them. Man, what's this going to prolong? Prolong the MOAS even longer? Okay, we'll wait here. It's all right.
Yeah.
GameStop earnings, baby. Let's get it. Woo! So
Almost
excited.
here.
So
I'm
excited.
very ready.
I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it.
Can't hide it.
Look at this guy talking about Boone's Farm. Bro, throw up elsewhere. Gold is only real money. Banks bought more last year than all years in history combined. You know, Alex Santos, I don't even know. I don't even know. Because I can't eat gold. Okay? So,
I always think, too, even if it came down to it, it's like the dollar disappeared or something, like, what are you going to just go give somebody a gold bar for, like, a car? Like, you know what I mean?
no,
Like, I understand.
what you really got to think about right now, what they just did, they just changed. This is why algorithms don't work, okay? With algo, that's not going to work. Oh, they just slowed it down. No, because that literally is a catalyst event right there. Janet Yellen bailing out these banks is a catalyst event. Because that, you know how many people are playing the other side of the spectrum, as in betting the market's going down because of the news that was announced. And now you have your economic policy that's going to manipulate the real outcome that should have. Why not let them just fail? Why not let this bank crumble? I ask you, what the hell do you have to hide? Like, at some point, we just have to bite down and chew it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it'll just keep happening. Someone said that at my stream before. Like, when I started, it's like, if we just keep doing it, then the same thing will just keep happening. It's like, you're right. At some point, we have to just bite down and chew it.
Look at this. Marantz Rantz. Effectively, limitless FDIC for depositors. Drive it until the wheels fall off. Expect to hit the afterburners. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Linda Real, smart man right there. Let me tell you guys something. When you, oh, fuck, dude. Oh, my God. I just want to scream, man. I got to take off my glasses. Oh, my God. I'm over here sitting. You know, I'm over here sitting, waiting for another bank to collapse. Oh, yeah. Bank's
Just wait for the next word.
Yeah, I'm just right. That's why I went live. I'm going live. A bank's going to fall down right now. I'll be right here. And what happens? They all get saved. Here's a life raft. Let me save you.
It's like, no worries. Nothing happened. Nothing to see here.
I want to know who's in the bank. Look at this guy. GameStop is as crappy as AMC. You're right. They both have $5 billion worth of debt. You're right. My bad, bro. Take a drink of milk. It's spoiled. Put it back in the fridge. Maybe tomorrow it'll be fresh. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a good comment.
Yeah. GME squeeze will be coming because the Wall Street vampires manufactured crisis is coming. You know, I have more conviction in GameStop thanks to this channel, Marantz and crew. Thank you, Challenger. I really appreciate that, man. You know, I read somewhere in the Discord somebody wrote, and I don't say somebody, I know exactly who wrote it. I just don't want to, you know, gaslight him out here. But he said because of Marantz and the videos and whatever the motivation, that he has bought 360 GameStop shares in the past 7 weeks.
Damn.
Guys, don't let me be your motivation or your inspiration. Don't. No. You know, you all have conviction in the play. You all understand the DD. You all read it. You hear it from me. Perfect. But I will tell you this. I'm happy as fuck for you, bro. Hell yeah. I do the same thing. I buy as much as I can every damn day. I'm happy for you, Suit. Stack the goddamn shares. I'm with you. I'm not afraid of pumping up my stock at all. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care. SEC filings come down looking for me. Some lawyers come looking for me. I'm the guy you want to look for. Because I ain't got, what do I have? A house, some cars, and, you know, some money? Sure. Is that all? That's all you can take? You can't take my integrity, my soul? Then come take whatever the fuck you want. But I'll tell you what, GameStop is going to rock it. GameStop's going to keep kicking ass. Bet to Beyond is trash. Did that rhyme? It should have. How about AMC and popcorn?
Close.
I'd rather watch porn. And I'd rather watch it with the ape father and then Lou. That's what I'd rather do than buy goddamn popcorn.
Oh, my God.
Matter of fact, I'm going to Walmart. I was supposed to go and see if I can find a bag or two. And I was going to punk holes in them and just keep walking. Just pop some holes in these bags and keep walking. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, guys, I'm a terrorist. I'm a certified terrorist. I'm going to go out here and I'm gonna pop holes in the bags of the AMC popcorn when I see them.
Straight menace to society, right there.
That's what I'm gonna do because I'm tired of it. You know what it is? You ever seen these kids that go to these grocery stores? They fill up the baskets with all this food, everything, and then they just park the basket and walk out.
Oh, when I worked at Marshall's, people would do that. I get so mad when I was the manager. I would be like, "Oh my god."
Oh, how many people have gold laying around other than you? This guy. Yeah, no, Marshall's is different. You know, they'll. Oh, I want to try on all these clothes right here. Nah, I don't want them after all. Give me a basket. Put a bunch of candles in there.
Well, people would want to steal it. Yeah, they'd put like a laundry bin in their basket, and they just stuff as much shit in there as they can, and then just like, oh yeah, I'm just like walking out with a laundry basket, and then just like sprint at the door. It's quite the experience.
Are you gonna stop?
No. Yeah, we never stopped them. Yeah, and that is literally the company's rule. They're like, don't ever chase them.
Never.
They had me once as a manager.
I'll tell you what though. I will tell you this: if I'm shopping at the store, I'm stopping them.
I agree because you're just a customer.
I'm rocking them, bro. I'll tell you right now,
it's free shot if it's there.
I've seen these videos where they let these guys just go in and steal everything. Right?
I literally think the same. Like, how do people just stand there idle? Yeah. Like,
I'll put the phone down. You record me because I'm about to whoop somebody's ass. And it's going to happen. Anyway, I'm still mad about this bank buyout thing. This is crazy.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, it's definitely something, you know, I would like to say, I guess just generally speaking, is something I've really like been learning right now as an individual is just managing like emotions and just reading about all this. Because, you know, so much of this is so intense and it's just crazy what's happening. So I feel like a big part of it really is like managing emotions and like it's really like kind of teaching me to do that in a sense.
I want to address this guy, Alex Santos, in the crowd. Alex, you need some 2 seconds of fame? Is that what you need? Is that what you're doing tonight on a Sunday? All right, Alex, here you go. To think GameStop is better off than AMC is insane. You're right. It's about $5 billion difference there. You're correct. GME is bleeding dry month after month. The money will run out soon. What is soon exactly? Cash on hand for AMC will last about 2 quarters. GameStop's good for like 10 quarters. I'm just saying. So I don't know how they're the same. But Alex Santos, you're just a smart man. Maybe you're smarter than me. Hey, can you make a YouTube channel so I can watch it, bro? I need to watch what you have to say.
Yeah, I love that. It's always like if anyone has any like strong opinions, like when they come on, you always say like, oh yeah, you should make a video and let me know.
Like, let me know who's gonna watch it. Man, I'm telling you, end up like the Marine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy was interesting.
Oh, it's not like he's left.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I swear I found out like about a lot of these like AMC clowns just through your interactions.
Oh, bro, I'll knock them all out. They don't want no part of it. Just stating facts.
As soon as I find out about them, I forgot about them. You know,
Alex, how is this just stating facts? What facts did you state? You didn't state one fact. The fact that GameStop is a profitable company. It has a great reputation. It has a great, fanatic fan base, right? Us. It has great leadership. I mean, what facts are you missing here? I mean, do you want to go like line by line? Do you even know what a balance sheet is? No? Okay, cool. What did you do? You drove by one and you saw a poster outside? GameStop is getting started. Thank you so much. Alex, your facts are faulty. Yeah, he might work for Janet Yellen. I can't believe this, dude. I'm still upset right now.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was just like constantly checking like everything like all weekend long. Like, what's the next move? What's the next move? Like, every time I refresh Twitter, there was something like
Fisherman Ape. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you what you're saying. Okay, listen to me. This guy. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm just ready to body slam some of these kids. I like the Marine. That's all I had to read right there. I like the Marine. That's what you said. What's there to like, bro? This dude in his socks and his whiteboard. That now he's. Hey, did you guys know? Last time an AMC insider bought shares was 2017, and I was like, 2018. But my point was, he's finally doing DD on his stock. He's owned it for 2 years, but he's finally doing the DD.
Coming around.
This guy said GameStop is profitable. Where, Alex? If you only knew. If you only knew. They'll find out what it is, man. They might be too late by then. They don't understand. This guy says GameStop's not profitable. Oh, Tommy O. Tim O. Thank you guys so much for not knowing how to read a balance sheet, but I'll just leave it at that. I have videos about it. You guys can go watch them. But let's talk about the bank for a minute. Who do you bank with, Tetron?
My main bank is Chase.
Chase. Okay. So you're with Chase. And what are your passwords?
Bro, believe
I'm
it's
messing with you, bro.
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, come on.
I was trying to think of something good on the spot, but I couldn't think of something.
You're gonna have to be sad. My dog's first name, the first street I lived on, and my teacher's maiden name, whatever. No, I mean, it's just, look at this. Lot Lizard are coming in hot. Tony Dees was interviewing Marcus of May while she was all blowed up. Yeah, I saw her with her scarf on. It's gross. I can't watch those two together because that's a sponsored channel by
what is it? Markets with May
and Tony De Niro. We call him Tony Dees next. Well, that's what he's looking for. He's searching for him. But anyway, the whole point about her whole channel, her whole platform is to promote her app and to promote the company that they do financial advice. So they charge $50 a month. They charge $500 a year, something like that, and they have it on the screen. So once you start having clicks, I don't have time for that stuff. And she also said to buy Ape, and she doesn't even own AMC and shit like that. I just can't do it. So I told her a long time ago. She was all excited. I was like her first video that I made. She made a video and then I made a video about her, and she was just blowing up my whole messages like, I'm so honored that you would make fun of me. I'm so honored that you would riff off my video.
That's funny.
Yeah. Y'all funny as hell. Fisherman Ape Jr. Are we funny or is it their picture? I need to find out because that picture looks kind of funny to me. You're an ugly looking dude, bro. And I can judge, man. I have good eyes. As far as a lot lizard, do you know what a lot lizard is? Do you know what a lot lizard is? Tetron?
I don't think so.
What's
that?
It's a female that jumps from truck to truck at a truck stop. They're called lot lizards. They're running around the lot.
Lot lizard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The ideas of March was notable in Rome as deadline for settling debts. Oh, the Ides of March. I thought I said ideas. Sorry. Yeah, I'm familiar.
That movie or whatever. It's like Beware the Ides of March. What's that from?
Yeah, it's from Julius Caesar.
Oh yeah, duh. I knew I heard it somewhere.
Brutus,
pretty important.
Stabbed Julius Caesar. It tu brute, whatever the hell. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember all of Shakespeare right now in front of you guys.
I think I was like stage or something.
Any stock under $4 is a lot lizard. Man, lot lizards. I got the shirt. I got to find it. Talk to the crowd real quick.
What up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good night. It's truly an honor to be on Marantz Rantz. Marantz is the GOAT. And it's just crazy what's happening right now. And I really just feel like everyone, look out for yourself as an individual. Just always do your own research, due diligence. All that's important, And just seeing everything happen right now, I feel like something we've all learned over time is just always expect the unexpected. Every time you think, oh, well, this is what's going to happen tomorrow, like it never just plays out like perfectly. So there's going to be like bumps in the road. But
so this is the shirt. I'm showing it in the screen. It says no lot lizards. It's a picture of Nancy Pelosi, if you guys can see her, crossed out. No lot lizards. And I got sent to me by one of my viewers. You guys are awesome. The team's amazing, guys. I got another package at the house. I got to go get it. Haven't had time to drive down there. I'm on vacation right now for 5 days, so you're going to see a lot of me on YouTube, a lot of updates, a lot of highlights. And I'm just, as everybody asks me, they go, hey, what are you going to do for your vacation? I was like, I'm going to watch these banks crumble. And yeah, it's Pelosi, bro. I didn't know if you guys knew. Well, Wilbur Dodge is here. And, Model 3 Dude is a supporter of another YouTuber that I don't like. But I respect Model 3 Dude because he's been coming to the channel. This is the second day in a row, and that's good, man. I bought my subscription from Kroger. Oh, that's cool, man. That's an awesome shirt. Thank you, Ruben. Massive rack, Pelosi. Yeah, I know. I guess she used to be like really good looking back in the day. I mean, kind of like AOC. AOC, when she gets all New York, I like her a lot. Bro, AOC, what's up, baby?
Ayo.
No, I would marry her.
I was kidding.
I would marry her. And it's not for what people think. It's not about that. It's just that when the shit goes down, she's the first one I'm gonna take out, and then it's just to show people how serious I am. I took out my own wife. No, it's all a joke, guys. All a joke. Please.
All jokes.
I don't want no damn Secret Service guys rolling up on my door. She's ridiculous. So just had brain surgery. Funny, like y'all got me laughing. I'm a subscribe. But thank you, Fisherman Ape Junior, JV. Is that what it is? JV? I call you Junior. Hey, bro, did you play JV sports in high school? You're proud of that shit? You named yourself the JV Ape? All right, man. I hope you started JV at least. Don't be backup.
I was JV baseball.
Hey, at least you're
for
proud
me
of
personally.
it, man. At least you're proud of it.
You want to know how my career ended though in baseball?
Don't tell me Ant-Man came over and whipped your ass, but no, go ahead.
No. So there was a fly ball. So literally the last game of the season should have happened, but it got canceled because like my coach, like his wife had a baby, so they pushed the game because the last game didn't really matter. More so just for like playing the game. So we had one more practice, and in that last practice, I was an idiot. I lost the ball in the sun for like a second, and then all of a sudden the ball was in my face, and then I was on the ground. And all my teammates are over me.
Let me tell you something, okay? I'm going to tell you something man to man, okay? I know I'm a grown man. I'm about twice your age. Listen to me very clearly. You ever going to tell that story again, don't ever say the ball was in your face, okay? Because that just doesn't go well together. Those two words should never be said together. Ball and face. Not going to work out for me. You can say a lot of other things. I lost the ball in the light, and next thing I knew I got hit. But you don't have to say.
Not a way to word it.
I was tracking the baseball off the bat and I lost it in the sun. You can say a lot of things, but you ain't got to say ball in the face. And once a man tells me something like that, what's next? Are we listening to slow songs while we drive together?
No.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No thanks.
Don't
appreciate the offer, but no thanks.
Don't knock it. I know some romantical shit.
Of course.
We'll be playing, we'll be driving. I'll be like, oh man, you don't know a song called Butter Love, huh? Oh man, that's.
I don't. Sorry.
Should I? Yeah, you should. Well, it's a little bit before your time. It's by
Butter Love? I'll write it down.
It's by a song by a group called Next. Yeah.
Next.
It's called Butter Love, and that'd be me and you right there. We'd be driving. It's a song about liking butter. That's it.
Gotcha.
I'm so fucking with you right now, but it's good. That really is
I can tell if I'm just rolling.
Yeah, no, you're doing good. AOC is Elon's girlfriend. Oh man, stop it. Elon's so gross. He's so gross. I had to read headlines today that Elon Musk is going to buy out the bank and like save them because Silicon Valley.
That's not going to happen. I don't think
Silicon Valley Bank is like everywhere. They literally go worldwide, and they're all the way from the actual Santa Clara all the way to Boston. And what really did make sense to me was that they did a merger, they bought a bank in Boston, and that they allowed the Boston individuals to take over the bank. And that bank in Boston only had like $10 billion of deposits compared to the 125 that they had at the time of the deal. So why would you let this guy, you acquire them, you buy them, and then you put him in charge, right?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. And then on top of that, the guy ends up selling his shares on the pump because there was a pump on that bank, right, on SVB?
Yeah.
So I bought SVB. And I sold it. I bought it and sold it back in, I want to say it was February or March. I have the screenshot, or maybe I deleted it. Holy shit. But I had this stock. I know I did. And I had bought it because look at this run, right? Like, we can go to the weekly chart. This thing is crazy mountain. And I had bought it because it was going up and everybody was talking about it. But let's see when I bought it. It was right here. So it was around 457. I started putting money in. It ran all the way to 763. 763 that November. Guess what was running that same November during that same time frame? That was the last really good pump on GameStop to about 240, 230-ish in that range. But that was a pump. And from there, it just sold off into the night all the way down to $106. But the craziest part is all their executives were selling shares in August or in 2022. So like October, August timeframe. When their CEO did it, he sold the shares outside of the window that you're allowed to sell them. So like the SEC went and like proceeded to like try to just get some clarification on it. And instead of doing it, he just ran. And he literally left the company and he quit. So
he was like, fuck it.
So like if people don't know about this story, they should. I mean, I know I didn't talk about it on the on the connecting the dots, and I read the whole thing. CEO quit. Not Becker. It's not Becker. It's somebody else. And this 2 days ago. No, I want the other guy. SoftBank back. Nope. His name is. I had him on my screen beforehand. Right here, the Chili's. Right here. He parts ways. So this guy was the original CEO after they bought out the Boston Bank. Right. So this guy on my screen, you're probably not watching, but you're on the other screen. I'll just do it. Anthony.
Oh, you're good. I've got my phone.
Okay. Anthony DeChili's, who led the private wealth unit of the Silicon Valley Bank parent, SVB Financial Group, since July last year, has left the company. So they merged July 5th or 1st, something like that, in 2021 with SVB, and because he was with that Boston Bank. And he went ahead and was with them all the way up until this date. And then he got in trouble because he sold shares outside of the window. And they couldn't reach him for comment or anything. But he worked for the Boston Private Financial Holdings, Inc. And they had bought him out for $900 million, which was around the time of $16 billion in assets, which is not true. They only had like 10.
Inflated, yeah.
I was reading it all. And I went line by line, looked at all of the transactions. This dude's in business for himself now, by himself, but he made millions of dollars by selling shares outside of the window that he could sell. You know, as an insider, you can only sell at certain moments, but he took a chance because he probably either found out that they were going to go under, he found that they were leaning on the bad side. And here's my biggest thing on that. If you look at the banks, right? If a bank has their CEO and he leaves the company out of nowhere, just like instantly, right? That's a red flag for me. That right there is like writing on the wall. They have nothing.
He must see something. Yeah, exactly.
You have to be leery of every move that happens within your company that you're invested with. Certainly if you're parking money in it. You know, I park money in T. Rowe Price, and I park money in Fidelity, and I park money in Wells Fargo. I am aware of everything that they do, with the exception of my personal banking account, because I don't have $250,000, so I don't give a shit. But when you look at my other accounts, it adds up to a lot of money. And I show some screenshots every now and then, and then I feel insecure about myself because I'm like, I shouldn't be showing. Like, I don't need to show people like what my hard-earned work has done for me over the years. But at the same time, it kind of gives me validation that I'm putting the money in the right places and at the right time, and it's combining and it's getting higher and higher every year. So it's just that deal. So like when you are 1 hour late to the stream and commenting, and you are currently seeing, and Marantz says, I don't know what you're talking about, Schellinger. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm always reading the chat best I can. Sorry, guys, if you guys show up late and then you guys are watching it on rerun and then you guys get to me. A lot of guys don't just jump into the live chat there, Tetron. What they do is they watch the channel. This is a pro tip. They'll watch me at 1.5 speed from the beginning to catch up. So that they don't miss anything, right? So Chapter 11 bankruptcy is just getting started. That's what they're telling Tim. Oh, what was Tim saying? AMC just got started. Why so mad? What are you talking about? What the hell, Tim? Timmy. Tiny Tim.
You know, it's funny. This reminds me, like, I had a friend a while back, like, he would always try and troll whenever I talked about GameStop in our group chat, and he'd always be like, well, you know, I think AMC's looking pretty good. That was always his response, and I'm like, this guy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But did your friends have brain surgery?
No, but
okay, because Fisherman JV just had brain surgery, and that means that he finally probably got his brain fixed. And now he probably understands that it's GameStop only and not AMC or not Bed Bath & Beyond.
They're not the same play, as they say.
Oh my God, it's gross. It's so gross.
I know, that commentary, it's crazy how long that went on. Like, oh, it's just the same play.
All right, there's a question for you in my chat. There's a question for you in the chat. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. It says, Tetron, what happens when AMC runs and GameStop doesn't?
I don't know. I think we'll have to see that happen first before
Hey, hold on. I'm going to go get more water. You elaborate on that bullshit-ass question, and I'll be back with the real answer.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the unfortunate thing is AMC just simply is not managing things well. And when you look at their efforts to sell popcorn in the stores, like, that's just a branding thing. Like, how many people are really going to choose that? Like, is that really going to boost their profit margins? Is that really going to change the movie industry? And it just feels like Adam Aaron just kind of says what everybody wants to hear. Honestly, it's the unfortunate truth. But hey, I mean, AMC could move, right? It could run. It could go here. It could go there, just like anything else. But I don't think it could run very far. And it's just endless dilution. And Ape, I think that was the biggest slap in the face personally, because Ape was just like, well, yeah, look, it's a special dividend. And, sure enough, that was right after GameStop did a stock dividend, a little tinfoil hat there. Coincidence? I think not, but I don't know. But then also, it makes it just seem like, oh, well, let's just do this fancy special looking dividend. Here you go, call it Ape. And this was from like an old policy AMC had about issuing like a preferred stock. And all the purpose of it was they give it like a name, like, oh, put it on like a shiny silver platter, like, oh, look, you're getting this Ape. But what they didn't tell you is they're able to dilute it without like getting shareholder approval. I just find that extremely concerning. And also, like, it's not that I don't ever want to go to the movies again, or like I just hate movies. Like, people are like, oh, but I love the movies. I'm like, yeah, but you just have to look at the financials and like what's really going on there. And it's just like, damn. It's crazy. And especially in a high interest rate environment, for a long time, a lot of different companies can do a lot of different things and interest rates are whatever. And now interest rates are here. So you can't just be floating around as like a zombie company type of deal, or not that AMC is necessarily there yet, but you can't just keep losing massive amounts of money and just forever taking on debt. Because if you do, you're not going to survive. It's kind of as simple as that, but it's crazy.
Great explanation.
Thank you.
You kept me going while I got my water. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so here's how this works for you guys. You guys in Never Land, okay? And you're in AMC land right now, okay? AMC would have to file for bankruptcy last month if they didn't have the covenants waived for this year. I don't think people know how like drastic that is. Like, it is utter life support. It is breathing apparatus, it's paddles, it's hardlined, it's dead, it's flatlined. There is nothing here. When the year's over and the banks are done doing their reverse stock split and gutting the company even further for dilution of pennies on the dollar, there's more to come. Like, even more to come. But that's because it's riddled with private equity vultures. And until you understand the play, somebody like Timo, like, you're asking about stock and run, like the price is going to run. You're not understanding what we're telling you. It doesn't matter where the price runs to. Doesn't matter what runs and what doesn't. The fact is, AMC will not be here. Oh, the company will be there, but your shareholder equity will not be here. There's nothing to hold here. It's done. This is why you have the bondholders deciding what the company does with their investments, i.e. putting money into a gold mine and or no, I'm serious on this. You can't do anything that you think you can do with that company. If AMC wanted to be profitable tomorrow, they could be. If they had the ability to cut out half their movie theaters right now, and they can't. It's not allowed. It's not possible. They have uncancelable loans. Then you guys need to read the fine print, because I have. And you're going to be wrong, Tim. It's okay. I've been right for 2 years, and I'll be right 2 years from now as well. And that's definitely on that stock. The next one being Bed Bath & Beyond, it's being diluted right now. Everyone's going to tell you that's speculation. There's no proof. Okay. You let me know. You let me know when the filing comes out. It says that they've sold off all the shares. They converted the warrants back to common shares. And you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And they do it after. They don't do it before.
I hate to say it, but I feel like I get I hold both vibes from BBBY. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
gracious.
It's the modern day I hold both, unfortunately.
Yeah, they do hold both, bro. They hold both. Yeah. Those baseballs flying at your face. That's about it. That's a play on words.
Balls in the face.
I'm just messing with you, man. You know I love you.
You're the man, Marantz.
Nah. I've been watching everything you got going on. You're doing great.
No, really. You're awesome, man. You really
here we
awesome.
go. Well, we dig a little deep over here. It's not fair, Tetron. It's not fair because people don't watch the way they I don't want to say they should watch, but people already have an idea of what we do here in this channel, and they don't know. They don't have a clue. And for the people that stick around for more than just an opening monologue, they're like, oh shit, okay, these guys actually have all the information, and it's laughable. It's just laughable. So I just, hey, if you know it, it's kind of like if you're in the in crowd, right? It's like if you know what GameStop is worth and you know the value of it because you did the DD and you understand like where we're coming from, then you'll understand the DD behind Bed Bath & Beyond, behind AMC, and what we put out, right? The info. And then if you stuck around for the whole video, then you got it, and then you deserve to have it. You really think that Bed Bath & Beyond deserves a MOAS? They're investors. No way. They got guys buying in right now. They got guys buying in last week, last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You have the number one YouTuber for them just started a YouTube channel, and he's right here talking. And what's that?
Oh, who's the Bed Bath YouTuber? I didn't even catch that.
Oh yeah, his name is PP Seeds. I'm banned from his channel.
Wait, that's actually his name? PP
Yeah.
Seeds?
Oh, he's got a little PP, man. He makes dildos for a
It makes
living.
sense.
It's
That
great.
adds up.
It's
I gotta look
absolutely
it up.
No, I'm saying no lies here. No lies. And he loves me and he hates me. And all I do is read an SEC filing to him and or give him facts, and he just can't handle it. He can't handle it. He made a hate video on me, and then next day he's like, "Come into the channel, come on, man, come on in." And then I've interviewed with him twice. They're terrible. They all buy weeklies. They all lose all their money on the play. Every week they're losing money, and none of them shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. And all they want is a squeeze, and they're proud degenerates. Yeah, we put in all our money. Like they get more enjoyment out of lost porn than they do out of They don't have children, and the ones that do, I feel bad for them. But like he doesn't, and what I mean by that and why that matters is because when you have children and when you have things to work for, to live for, you live a different life. You really do. And any adult can tell you that because you'd feed your child before you feed yourself. And these guys,
I can see that.
They're trying to hit it out the park, and you can't with a company that has over $1 billion in debt, over $1 billion lost, over $800 million in warrants that are being converted as we speak, diluted. You are out of your mind if you think that company is going to survive with the business model it's in, with the industry it's in, and what you see on hand. And all they can do is say, well, I think Ryan's behind this, and I think Carl Icahn is behind this. It's like, why the hell are you including Ryan Cohen and Carl Icahn?
It's like he sold out.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. And one quick thing I want to say on this too, like in regards to like you said that guy like PVCs or like the BBBY people that are like or that show or whatever it is like saying like, oh yeah, like we're proud to just be degenerates or whatever and just throw all our money into this thing. It's like that's not investing in my eyes, and that's also why like I feel like a lot of people overlook GameStop because they think, oh, they look at AMC and BBBY because I feel like they're the loudest, and then they say stuff like that, and people are like, yeah, why would you invest in GameStop? People are literally proud to throw their money in nothing, but I'm like, no, like GameStop's not like the rest. Like that's kind of my argument to people.
They got to do the homework, man, and they don't deserve it.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm telling you, they don't deserve it. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. 2 years, we've been here for 2 years, reading it, knowing it, eat, sleeping, and breathing it. These guys sold GameStop to go buy Bed Bath & Beyond and said, well, when we're done with Bed Bath & Beyond, we'll come back. I don't want you back. I don't need you back. You stay over there. You lost everything you have because you want to invest. And it's like what I tell Kais Malesh. It's like what I tell anyone else out there.
Oh my God, that guy is
pissing on himself. But this is what it's hard.
Dude, that's crazy. Isn't that literally a crime? Like,
when you're homeless, nothing's a crime, okay? When you're homeless and he's trespassing, he's just looking for his next warm meal, bro. That's all it is. And I know,
it's
don't
crazy,
yellow snow. But so check this out. These guys all say they want to support Ryan Cohen and they understand they want to do this, do that. Why not go buy the thing that Ryan Cohen is actually in? Why are you buying things
he's literally chairman,
It's speculated that he's in Bed Bath & Beyond or that they have a plan. Yeah. You're trying to buy it at $1 and you think you're saving. You can't go much lower. Like, how much can I lose? I don't know. How much do you want to put in at $1? You want to go buy 10,000 shares? Go for it. You're going to lose $10,000. It's just it's retarded. And they want answers. They want answers. They see the lipstick on the collar. They see the used condoms in the pocket. They see everything, and they say, "No way, he's cheating on me. No, he's not cheating on me. I want to see the insurrection or whatever." They want to see it all. It's ridiculous, bro.
It's crazy. It's just The way the whole everything is gone, like it's just remarkable. Like the narratives, how they've just shifted over time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No one's talking GNS. No one's talking Clovis or Clovis.
Yeah,
whatever.
that guy Roger Hamilton.
Yeah, Roger Hamilton. Let me tell you, this knucklehead. These guys, they're diluting their stock too, and then they go ahead and say, "Well, we weren't smart enough when we signed the bond deal. It was wrong. We didn't. We saw it. We read it all wrong." No. And now they're trying to sue for that.
Yeah,
so it's
nice try. Yeah.
no, you get your lawyers. If you don't have good lawyers, you shouldn't be in business. That's all it is.
Yeah.
AMC is a sideshow. This guy says, Tim O says, AMC is just getting started. Why so mad? AMC has been in business for 100 years. They are not just getting started. Adam Aron has been there for 7 years. They are not just getting started. Apollo Management has owned this company since 2007. They are not just getting started. Adam Aron has made you false promises since 2016. They are not just getting started. AMC has bought dead movie theaters time and time again. They are not just getting started. AMC has made fail after fail after fail as far as business strategies since 2019. They are not just getting started. AMC had over $4.9 billion in debt before COVID. They are not just getting started. The board of directors were in place before COVID. They are not just getting started. They hired a new auditing firm, a new CFO, and now they have you pumping money into it. They are not just getting started, but you have just got started losing some goddamn money for not doing your due diligence. How about that, Timo? Did that explain the whole goddamn saga? How do we do? Marantz Rantz, nice to meet you. Yo, they're just getting started. The dumbest shit you've ever heard in your life.
It's just crazy.
Sorry, I get like that. I just,
No, you're good.
apologize. That's the show. You could try this, Tetron. You could try, just rant for me. Like, just get crazy, get mad, and this let it rip.
Crazy.
It's like you're freestyle rapping, bro. Super califragilisticexpialidocious. Just say some shit. I don't know. Honestly, you know what it comes out to is that I don't care who watches my channel. Like, I don't care how they interpret the way I am or the way I act. Like people say, I don't care what they think.
It's all natural.
I really don't care what people think. I
could 100% see it. Like, I really do.
Oh yeah, like when I'm singing off key, shit. Glad I never met her at all. It gets better. Ordered another round. It's about to go down. Like these bank stocks. Like, I do that shit, and I just don't care. I don't care because that's what the show is. That's what it's always been for 2 years.
It's awesome,
running.
yeah.
Hey, 2 years, man. I hit 2 years. You know what?
That's
I hit
crazy.
2 years and 2 months from now.
Congrats.
And that means 22 months of waking up every day, over 1,200 videos, grinding, saying the same shit, but yet still saying different things every day, enlightening, educating myself and the crowd, doing the best we can do, forming a group, and it's going great. And this conglomerate, this posse, this savage pack,
Awesome group.
my dudes are savages. Don't go see my guys, and I say my guys, our guys, we, the group. We are something that if we show up in the live chat somewhere, people know. Oh shit, the GameStop elitist.
Shit.
There it is, and I don't care. I'll own it. I'll wear the badge with honor. I got my own pirate ship waiting.
Nice.
No one else is invited. No new friends. AMC just got started filing for bankruptcy papers again. You guys, these boys done filed for divorce like 7 times. Pokemon for mention. I don't even know what the hell that means, bro. Timo, that's you. Most people buy from GameStop. Thank you. Timo, prove your AMC position in the Discord. Damn, people are coming after him now. Don't say you own AMC without proving it, I guess. I mean, I don't own it. I thought about buying into Bed Bath & Beyond this week, and then I didn't because I said that's wasted money when I could buy GameStop at $16, $17.
Yeah,
but
it's a steal right now.
Yeah, but trust me, I wanted to go buy a Bed Bath & Beyond just to throw it in their face that I have a better cost average than all of them. So I would have had $1, like I would have had $1.18, something like that. Like all popcorners talk nonsense 24/7. 8-man JV, Fisherman 8-man JV. How you doing? I don't know what you're talking about October 7th, bro. You might be my new favorite little guy tonight, man. You're killing it, bro. I didn't even see that. There we go. What happens is when we short it to the ground? Let's do it all. AMC to $1. I agree with that one. Have you seen the popcorn? I have not seen it yet. I plan to go to the store right now, right after this live stream. We're going to try to go find some, buy some. I'm up late tonight. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. Because the truth is, I'm on vacation for 5 days. I don't have to go to work until Friday. And for GameStop earnings, I know you want to live stream it. I know you do. I'm live streaming it. Okay, I'm going to be here, and I don't want to steal from your crowd there, Tetron. But I would tell you, you're invited, and I will tag you and link you, and I will tag your channel as we watch it live. I'll have you there with me if you want to be.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
What time are you going to get your stream started?
All damn day, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
Okay.
That's a bell to bell.
Well, that's a stupid question. The thing is, like,
AMC earnings, right? Were you here that day? Shit. That was an 8-hour live stream.
I think I was definitely there for part of it, but I don't think I caught the whole thing.
We were in there having a great old time. Don't worry, we'll do it again. Let's see what we have here. They'll be belled out again. Yeah, AMC maybe it'll run, but probably not a MOAS. Nah, I don't. LA, I don't see it going anywhere. You guys are the best. Thank you, Timo. We're the best. But I don't see it going beyond. I don't see AMC going past $10. I just don't. I would say 15 is MOAS. But that's it. That's all they got in the tank. And I'm not joking.
Like that.
So get ready for it because that's the truth. No MOAS for GameStop. I hope not. I'm not looking for a MOAS per se. I'm just curious as to when they're going to evaluate my company the right way. That's all I'm saying. And I'll let it go from there. Literally, one of the items they jokingly refer to when teams make bad trade proposals, they offered us a hot dog and a bag of popcorn. You know, that's what T.O. was eating on the sidelines after he scored a touchdown. You know, popcorn plays a big pivotal role in my life. Batman ruined the movies for many. Batman. The only person I know is Batman is Badass Trader. That's all I know. That's the only bat I know. AMC already had its last MOAS. Oh, yes.
Ouch.
$8, bro. $8. AMC credit card is a joke. Apes that invest in AMC now have a bad credit card. Yeah. And then they get denied. 37% APR to buy popcorn. Marantz, put the ES futures on the screen. PPT is at work. I have no idea how to do that. I don't even know what that means. None of that. I don't know anything about futures and put them on the screen. I typed in PPT. That's how much I did. I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't know how to get into this stuff. Ruben is a sophisticated trader. He knows his stuff. That's halted one day. Oh, I'm still on the Biggest Losers, huh? Yeah, I don't know where it would be here on my. I don't know how to get to it, Ruben. Looking at the futures market, it's already open. It's already up. Yeah.
I pulled it up real quick on Yahoo Finance, and they're moving up.
Yeah, nothing's open right now. For some reason, GameStop's halted right now. Don't worry.
Craziness.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh my God, AMC's halted too right now.
Look at this. My shit's still working, bro. We get off the linear charts. We go to logarithmic charting. Perfect. You think people really know we're still in that groove? All the way until January of next year, which would be a 3-year anniversary of the halt. And 3 years, man, of holding GameStop, that'd be amazing for me. I want to hold all of it. And I might be the only guy to do it. But you know what I'm doing? I'm getting healthy. I'm drinking water only. No more beer. No more soda.
Nice. Respect. Nice.
Just trying to lose this weight. I got all the way up to 248 pounds. But I put a picture up in the Discord just so people like, you know, what that looks like. And they say all my weight is in my neck and my shoulders, which is pretty true. But you know, because I'm carrying the world on my back. What do you want me to do, bro?
Makes sense.
AMC apparatus will lead them. There we go. 2024. I don't know what that means. 2024. Timo is really dedicated to this AMC play. Fibonacci extension. Oh no! Don't start talking that shit to me, Ant Trades. I don't have time for that. That's not gonna work for me.
Wait, yeah, so what is the latest?
I should call Ruben and see what it is.
Is he still like?
What's that?
Oh, I was saying, Ant Trades still talk? Like, say,
no,
like,
he doesn't make any videos at all, bro. I put him into retirement.
He's completely gone, right?
I tapped him out. Me personally, I tapped his ass out. I choked him out, and I let him know his channel was trash, his information was trash, his TA was garbage. He as a person is garbage. I let him have it, bro. So, you know, that's what happens, bro.
Yeah.
I put him back in his tighty whitey He-Man underwear, and I'm pretty sure his girl just slapped him and said, you know, you need to get off that. You get back to work. ACs need fixing, bro. Timo, do you live in the same trailer park as Common Sense Investor? Hey, y'all, it's another video, and I'm back. Here we go again. Gonna tell y'all how great this stock's gonna be. Yes, I am. You know, did you guys see that, guys? that I'm being blamed for AMC's death? Did you guys watch that already? Bro.
Really?
Bro, you know I'm going to show you. Let's go.
That's it.
Let's go. This is going to be hilarious. What's this guy's name again? Common Sense Investor? Oh, you're going to like this one. He's blaming me for it all. Here we go.
It's all you, Marantz. It's evidently all you.
Bomb, where I ask everybody to push themselves back from the play, look at the play for what it is, and then you'll see just how messed up this whole situation has become. Now, since I did that video, I've had some new questions. People want to know. CSI, thank you for sharing that with us. What are some solutions that we can do?
Here we go.
What can we do now that can help this play? And there's a lot we can do. But before I get started on that again, I want to share this little story.
Can you hear it at all?
What would you do?
No, I can't hear it right now. All right.
You had a friend that you go out, you have drinks with, maybe you work out in the gym together, maybe y'all just go do water skiing or whatever the case may be. The thing is, every time you're with this friend, he's got something nasty to say about your wife. Now, being a nice and peaceful person, you really don't want to cause conflict, so you let the first couple times go, right? But eventually it comes a time when every time you're with your friend and he keeps talking about your wife or your family, your kids and stuff, how just rude and ugly they are, eventually, as a man, you're going to step up to the plate and you're going to say, motherfucker, that's enough about my wife and kids. I'm tired of hearing about it. All right? And then they get on the defense. Well, I'm not really just saying, no. Every time I hear from you, you have something negative to say about my wife or my kids. I'm fed up with it. Now, let's take that and let's apply it to the AMC play. All right? There are people out there, and I don't mind, y'all know me, I call a motherfucker out in a minute, like Marantz Rantz. Who spews nothing but hate towards AMC's community. Now, I've watched his community grow, all right? When he first came out and he made his first AMC video, he didn't have but a couple of hundred subscribers. And I watched the more he added AMC to his titles, and it drew people in. Because why? You see a new YouTuber with a different perspective on the play, and they're talking about AMC, so let's go see what he's talking about. And then you find out it's hate. Adam Aaron is this, and you agree. And AMC is doing this wrong, and you agree. And because of the hate that he spews, it wears out on you, and because of that, this play is going to fall.
Okay. Let me know when you caught up.
Okay, almost there.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it.
That he spews, it wears out, and because of that, this play is going.
Wow. Because of that, this play is going to fall.
So because I put out facts and truth about AMC
Too
and
much
Adam
truth.
Aaron, and people agree with it, that then in turn takes away their conviction on the play. Therefore, I'm going to cause AMC not to squeeze. It is me and solely the individuals who think like I do, right? Like, this is ridiculous. Sorry,
Crazy.
Common Sense Investor, but your 6,000, 12,000 followers is far from the 4 million that Adam Aaron said y'all had. And I'm going to ask you, why do you worry about what I do? I don't understand. Billy Bob, Summer Sue, she's going to give you a back rub later, man. She's going to put a little bit of lard on your back. That's what it is. She's going to tell you it's coconut oil, but it's not. And then she's going to slip her finger a little down south, and you might like it. Me, not so much. But I tell you, brother, you keep asking why this stock is going nowhere, and I'm going to tell you why it's going nowhere. And that's because y'all are dumb as shit. I've got more shares of AMC that I sold than teeth you have in your mouth. So let me know what you want to do down south there, Common Sense motherfucker Marantz Investor. Let me know. This is phase 20. We're in phase 6. What do you say, phase 6, phase 20? I don't know. Let's go. All right. Sorry.
Damn, get the fire extinguisher. Holy shit.
Sorry, brother. Sorry. I get a little lost sometimes.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Sorry. GameStop has 0 debt and $1 billion in cash. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. And stop bringing out the Liberace retracement factor. Is that what he said? Liberace retracement? Yeah, I know. Marantz knows that my position is 97% GME and 3% Bobby. Yeah, I don't know why, but good luck, Rocco. I hear you. This dude says he voted yes. Tim, not only do you want people to buy into AMC, you actually are promoting for everyone to support what short hedge funds and distressed credit investors are doing with that stock. Yeah, way to join the team. You're on the right side.
Thanks.
That is a catch-22, a double-sided sword. That is the end-all and be-all. That is checkmate. Any move you make, you lose. That's what AMC and Ape are. Pay attention, please. The DD here is crazy. Thank you, Dex. I think we do the only work out there on the market that I don't think there's another YouTuber out there doing what we do. So I'll just keep doing it till the day I drop. And when I drop, ooh, baby, my kids get my shares. Maybe they won't sell them. Maybe they will. But maybe they'll watch all the videos first and be like, I want to know what Dad said. Well, they're up online forever, and I hope you guys watch them. And you'll see Tetron right there, right next to me, playing Super Smash Bros. Or whatever the hell else he plays.
Yes, no, Super Sluggers.
Whatever the hell the game was, bro.
The Wii is awesome. That's
a grown
my
man playing the
device.
Wii. I'm done. First
Dude,
off,
it's the vibes.
It's called Wii.
Actually, yeah, no, I actually really play. I swear, I still hang out with my friends and like we'll run like old GameCube games and Wii games and just send beers.
I'm down with GameCube. I have a GameCube in the garage. I play GameCube. We used to play Mario Party. It was the best.
Nice, yeah, the classic.
Yeah, Mario All-Stars, Mario Sunshine. Play a lot of GameCube games, but
good old Mario Kart.
And I don't play it, but I don't play anything anymore. I don't even play any game. I barely play TFT, and that's my favorite game. So you can play that.
Well, because you're grinding.
Yeah, I'm grinding, man. I'm grinding out information on YouTube. Yeah,
respect.
I've learned way more about the stocks and the markets than I wanted to since I started following months ago. Thank you, Barth Berger. I hope that's a tribute to the amount of information you're willing to take in and be a sponge and not a rock. And that's what I call Bed Bath & Beyond investors.
Sponge, not a rock. Rocks. I like that.
That just means what you can absorb, young man. That's all it is. Highest price you can predict GameStop can go to. Honestly, LA, it's an infinite price for me because between stock splits and between dividend payouts and actual value for what it's worth to me, it's a lifetime of giving. So I literally will never let it go. So I don't care what price goes to. It's just mine to have. It's a factor of my wealth. It will show that I'm worth X amount of dollars. Like, it's not that I'm liquid because I don't sell. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and he's not liquid. He had to sell Tesla shares to get some money out of it. So the richest man liquid is probably going to be somebody like Ken Griffin, right? Who makes billions of dollars, and then he can cash out a big ass bonus check every year. But everyone else has money based off of the markets, not based off of cash, cold hard cash. So it's indicative of what I do, right? I put money in separate places, but remember what life is, guys. For some of you guys who are just like oblivious to it all, I don't care how nice of a car you have and a house you have. Like, that's it. That's all you have is a house and a car, and then that's what you have to show for yourself because everything else, you're accumulating wealth to hand off to your family after you're gone. That's the only thing you're doing. When you think spending money at restaurants all night, that's real, that's you, that's not real, that's not you. Because eventually you'll lose your appetite, or eventually you might get sick, or eventually you might not have someone to go eat with. I'll just tell you, I am here stacking money for my kids for when I'm gone. And I don't need anything else. I already have almost $1 million. It's almost $1 million. If we stick with it, okay? If we stick with this house for the next 30 years, this bad boy will be $1 million home. But nice. It's just, I have a really nice home in California. I have plenty of cars to get around, and I don't even care what type of cars I drive. Yes, they're all newer vehicles, but the thing is, I don't care. Point A to point B, I'd take public transportation if it was available to me. I have no pride, right? I already have the prized possession. I have the wife. I have the children. I have everything. You can talk about credit. You can talk about all of that. So when it's time to accumulate GameStop shares, are you kidding? It's just the luxuries of life. I'll throw them all on there at every price point I can because I don't need it. It's just excess. And some of you guys are not at that level yet. And I get that part. But if you're at the lowest level, if you're 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, all that shit, and you're plugging away money right now into GameStop, you're a goddamn genius. Because when it's time to be 40, you're going to have a fat step in life ahead of the rest. And you'll be able to buy the house. You just take some money out, a loan out of your 401k. You're going to go ahead and buy the cars when it's time to get them, and you get them at great interest rates, and not right now when these interest rates are trash. Yeah. So there's no point in trying to show me what you're worth or what you made or what's the price of this stock. Who cares about the highest possible price when the highest thing going on right now is inflation, is interest rates. Those are the things that drive, value. And I'm not going to worry about wealth at this time in my life when I know I still have a life of work ahead of me. So that's just me, LA, a long way to tell you how I look at GameStop. I look at it from the standpoint of I don't need it at a price. And the highest possible price that it could get to, let's just say if it ever got to $40. I'll give you this example, okay? Let's take it even higher. Let's say it gets to $60 a share. $60 a share, it's well past almost double my cost average. That means I got back more money than I put in. Therefore, I am creating wealth. And if I could put in whatever I put in and I can get 100% of that, so double the price of what I put in, why wouldn't I double my money at any time in my lifetime? That means it's profitable. It's perfect for what I need. It might be a slow grower for you, but at 100% increase, that's phenomenal. There's not a bank in America that could give you that type of return. So I think people are oblivious to what wealth is and how it's accumulated. I also think that they are naive to the fact that $1 billion is a huge amount of money, and they think, they just throw those words around, a billion, a million, and whatever, 100,000. Like, imagine I could give you $10,000 right now. How comfortable would you be? I can give you $100,000 right now. How comfortable would you be? But if I gave you 500,000, you're infinitely wealthy for the rest of your life. Because that 500,000 creates freedom, financial freedom. So instead of waiting for $10 billion to show up on your doorstep, how about we just start with one? That's all I'm saying. But, what do I know?
But I like how Deep Value used to put it, like no price target, just up. Because it's just like, it's about just like everything you're saying, just about like the value in the long term.
You'll never know what something's worth until you give it the amount of time it takes. If people say, well, this is as high as it can go, that's like the biggest mistake you could ever make. Because whatever you think is the highest it can go, watch it go higher. And watch it go higher, watch it go higher. So, and I've also said, don't go chasing these damn rockets. If you are convinced the stock's going to go up a 10-bagger, wait till it goes up 1 or 2 times the price and then buy in. You're not losing much. You're still going to get an 80% increase off of that money. Eight more bags up on the bottom half of that. So there's just so many things you can do by being invested and being secure with your investments. So AMC investors, when GME flips positive, sure. I don't care what side of the coin they get to. It's not going to matter to me. Whatever you guys are invested in is for you and for your family. But just know that there's a lot of information out there that you can interpret any way you want to. And some people try to remain positive at all times, at all costs, at all corners. And I'm telling you, that's a great way to look at life. It promotes like this positive focus. But let me tell you how positive you need to be Monday morning. Banks are going to rock this goddamn market. And if you think that because Janet Yellen's bailing out some banks after it's just been announced, you think it's not going to have collateral damage across the board, there's still people living in doubt. There's still people living in fear. Businesses that are like, wait a minute, are our assets insured, or is it just this one bank that they're gonna be insured with? Because now that we know there's 100% backing with what's going on with SVIB, what the hell's gonna happen with everything that's going on in Signature, PacWest Bank, all the rest of the banks that we just looked at, Western Financial Bank, Western Alliance Bank, whatever the hell it is. Like, you guys got to go look at it. There's 5,000 banks. 5,000.
That's crazy, yeah.
Like, and there's only 4 that have a market cap or assets under management or deposits of over $1 trillion. So maybe you just go take all your money to the big boys, that's why I tell you, big bank, take little bank. But you're looking for trouble. Or maybe you're looking for reform. Maybe they want to go ahead and rewrite this so that they can have more control over the banks that are from 250 deposit, 250 million, all the way down to 50. There's that large gap in there, but I would tell you everything's a gap after 250,000, right? I mean, that's all the FDIC insures. So why is there not a regulation for small cap companies and or mid cap companies from 250 to 10, right? Or 20 or 50 or 100 million, somewhere in that range? Because there's that whole gray space, and that gray space is larger than anyone. And the fact that you can say 100% that the damn deposit's going to be covered are crazy to me, because now you're promoting risky behavior by bankers, and they're not going to be held accountable for what's coming across the board. This is ridiculous. How the hell do you let banks just do it? Okay, listen, this is all corroborated, and I'll explain it to you this way. If one group decides we're going to run on this bank, okay, and it's orchestrated this way, but what makes you think that they're not running, like I said, to BRICS or to other banks, the big four? They're running all their capital that way. Now you tell me that they're going to actually back this money? How are you getting your shareholder value back on this stock that's halted at 106, but currently $33? You allowed this to happen while it was shut down. So now you're telling me you're backing it. So the shares alone, do you know Vanguard has over $1 billion worth of shares in this company? BlackRock has over $1 billion. I said $1 billion with a B. Like, that's a huge amount to carry over from one week into the next. You're telling me that they didn't have stop losses in place, or they didn't know this was already happening, they got the hell out? Who's coming back in? Okay, listen to me clearly here. Everyone out there in the crowd, listen. When you're getting backed and your stock price is down to $30 and everyone has lost total confidence, and I don't care if Janet Yellen buys you out, who buys back in? Because it's not going to be these institutions. It's going to be distressed credit investors. It's going to be the ones that are going to control the bonds of this bank. And they're going to control it, and they're going to tell you what you're going to do now. So think about it. Think about who holds this company. Guess what, guys? They were rocking with $2.6 billion worth of debt before this ever happened. They were already operating at a net loss position. Banks shouldn't be at net loss positions. Yes, they could be leveraged on deposits versus what they loan out, but the operational cash, it's called minus not inflation, but interest. So however the bank operates minus the interest, that's exactly what your bank is worth. And this bank had a negative $1 billion. So don't tell me. And I'll tell you the other part about this, like who's going to come in and buy this. Institutionally, pumping a stock, like you see it, look at it, it's on the screen, it's a mountain. And the reason why it's, oh no, that's GameStop on the mountain, I apologize. I was like, it's mountain, it's right there. No, look at this really quick, okay? So SVB Bank is pumped. And this is a pump when you look at this, and we're on a logarithmic chart. Give me a linear chart real quick. Look at the drastic increase over the last years, right? The last 2 years. This is SPACs. I'm a firm believer in this. Okay, because when a bank doesn't have SPACs involved, this is what the bank looks like. It looks like a normal bank, like it's just doing work, no big deal. It's going up and it's getting no. You have a mountain, this peak, this pinnacle, right? And what that is they had 1,500 SPACs come onto the markets in 2020 and 2021 while you were trying to float over cash so that you weren't over leveraged on your shorts dug deeper during the pandemic, and they picked certain stocks. They picked the wrong one. We know that. That's called GameStop. But when you look at this right here, this mountain of a potential right profit that they could make, this was SPACs, guys. I know people don't want to tell you that. They want to go and hide it. They want to tell it's mortgage-backed securities. Yeah. And I'm listening to them, but I'm not listening to them because this company is a commercial bank. They only fund risky startups, right? They fund small cap and market cap companies. Yeah. And you have a 2-year window on SPACs. Everybody knows this. You put in $10 on a SPAC. If they don't go public, if they don't merge, guess what? You get your money back. Well, guess what? It was 2 years ago, guys. March 2021. Yeah. That's what was 2 years ago. So when you're looking at it, I'm trying to help you here. They brought this shit up to offset a short on the whole market. And all you had to do was go park money in saying that we're going to start up this new startup. You know how many companies? I went and looked at the 13 Fs for Citadel. Do you know how many companies they've invested money with? How many financial institutions they invest money with? And then in turn follow that spider web and they invest money as well? Yeah. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit because when they're all spread out and you can't find it, you can't trace the money back. But I know all the key players. I know all the distressed credit investors. You guys seen the whole chart. Connecting the dots part 1 through 9. Go watch them, and what's it going to tell you? That Apollo, that private equity, they infiltrate. Remember, there's 2 types of distressed credit investors. First, there's the operational. The operational is what happened with AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and you'll see it right now at Kohl's, and you see it at other companies where they infiltrate the board, they infiltrate the senior officers, and they make bad decisions for the company, and then they go ahead and they hold them to the debt, and now the bondholders control the company. That's what's happened inside and out in all these companies. When you look at a company like GameStop, they came in, KKR was in GameStop, they went ahead and hired Boston Consulting Group, and Ryan Cohen and the boys, they come in and they go, hey, wait a minute. Let's get everybody out of this damn thing. All the bad guys. They push KKR out. So when that happened, okay, I want to explain it to you guys. When this happens, you're looking at a company that can transition and break the mold out of that. But go look at all the distressed credit companies right now. And you're looking at a cycle that has been waiting 13 years to explode from the last financial crisis to now. And the issue is this. Money was free. Money was free for 11 years. And then they started raising rates. And when they start raising rates, all those companies that kept going back to the market, kept going back to the public because their stock price was just going up and to the right, up and to the right. Now you go back to the public and you can't raise money. You can't raise capital. So what do? Now you have to go get it from the banks. And guess what? Those institutions are licking their fingers. They're ready to pounce. And why are they ready to pounce? Because you need to borrow money from them. There's a Mudrick. There's an Apollo. There's a Pegasus. There's a Ares. There's a bank for you, right? Bain Capital. There's all of them, guys. And they're all waiting for the same thing. And now that they control these companies, I don't care if it's Smart and Final, Fresh Market, you name it, they own it. They own it because it's a bad business model, right? And it's not that the company doesn't have value. Like AMC, they're so masked and they're so clouded, as in to think that like their company is not worth something. They think I say it's not worth something. It's worth something, but just not with $5 billion of debt. So what do? You file for bankrupt, right? You file for bankruptcy. They make money on the bankruptcy. Go look at FTX. FTX's bankruptcy right now is pocketing Apollo and Sullivan and Cromwell, and they're pocketing 12, 18, 20, $15 million a month going through bankruptcy. Who's paying that? Well, the investors that were in it, the common day investors, right? The common shareholders and or the depositors, because those aren't backed. Crypto's another whole wild, wild west. And what are you looking for? You're looking for something from the administration to tell you that they're going to regulate or that it's going to be okay. Let's give you a pat on the back. Guys, I don't need it. I invest my money in companies that are not distressed, that don't owe debt. And I know that's okay, Marantz. Debt is okay. But who the hell's borrowing money right now? Let's talk about SG&A. SG&A. And I know Tetron, you're not speaking yet because I'm just rolling, but I'm good, in my brain, okay?
You're doing awesome.
So no worries. So here's how this works. SG&A, okay? So the cost of doing business across the board has increased for every company in America. Right. And there's guys that, because remember, whenever you're in this distressed credit cycle, you have to put your seatbelt on and you got to strap in because burn rates will just destroy you. The cost of doing business combined with inflation, combined with actually borrowing money now that it costs something, it puts the clamps on you. And you don't know which way to look because you don't know if the individual in that office is your ally or against you. And it could be infiltration. It could be, Trade said it one time. He's like, our biggest threat is people infiltrating this community. And I was like, look in the mirror, pal. Because for me personally, I was just like, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy if you think that every company's over leveraged in the event that they're short and you can manipulate that short. No, they manufacture these outcomes. They plan this stuff out. So when you see a bank tip over, don't tell me that it's not. That it wasn't planned when I see everyone on the board of directors has ties to other banks that are bigger and better than them. So yeah, they knew they were going to get bailed out. I thought so. And why did I say it? I called it posturing. I said, there's no way Janet Yellen is not going to bail these guys out, because at that point, when she says we're not going to do it 2 days in a row, tells the public, leaks it out. And that means that they were trying to put pressure on someone to buy up this bank and save them from themselves. And they didn't find anybody. So guess what? Sunday night's coming. Here it is. We're 3 hours ahead of time. So maybe it was 8 o'clock Eastern time when this got announced. There it is. In the morning time, they're gonna be okay. 100% guaranteed on depositors. But nah, I know what this cycle is, and I know what they're setting up for, and what they've been setting up. It's not the pinnacle yet. You guys think that things going down, a couple of banks get crashed, a couple of companies get filed for bankruptcy? There's still more. The distressed credit cycle this time around is 10 times bigger than it was in 2008. And I'm not just making up a number here. You guys got to think that in 2020, 2019, the whole economy was supposed to crash. COVID happened. And what did they do? They deferred rents. They deferred payroll. They gave $6 trillion to the markets within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks. So all the shorters that were like, hey, we got these guys, we're going to make all this money, companies are going out of business. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you already had $6 trillion in front of you to say, you know what? We're okay. We're going to be all right. Yep. Guess what? That takes time to burn off. And people are out of COVID money. Companies are out of this forgiveness. And now you're sitting here borrowing money. Let me tell you what's the craziest shit. And this is just me to you. The craziest thing is this. People are trying to expand and build their company in this moment. Crazy.
Yeah.
You better sit on your cash if you own a company. If you own a company that does $1 billion in sales or $5 billion in sales, and you've got a couple of $100 million in cash in the bank, sit on it, baby. Do not touch it. Do not go look for things to buy. Don't go look for shit to do. You wait for this to burn off. You wait for the Fed to figure their shit out, and all it's going to be is an election cycle. Are you kidding? This will be the biggest news of your lifetime. For the next year and a half, they're going to help recover the economy. Oh, man, vote for me. We recovered and we repaired this economy.
We got through it. And
that's it. And it's just going to give you another 4 years of this bullshit cycle.
Just a giant circus. Yeah.
You cannot do this. The bonds that have been pushed out, the covenants that have been waived, and it's all you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Quid pro quo. Let me tell you exactly how this works. You see a bank or you see a company like AMC, they have 3 different bondholders all do the same thing. They've all agreed to waive the covenants on those bonds so that they don't have to file for bankruptcy. Therefore, they don't have to have cash on hand. They can do other things and expand, drive themselves further into debt. That is wild. That is a suicide note. And there's no way.
Yeah,
there's nuts. No way. I'm sorry. I'm off the box.
No, you're good. I mean, it's all facts. It's literally all facts. And it's a lot, I feel like, for people to hear, but it needs to be heard. It's all 100% facts.
Well, let's think about it this way, okay? You want to talk about banks, think about it in this realm of things, okay? Banks are out here looking for people to get money, right? They literally want people to borrow money from them. And the Fed has induced this dry period. You're in a dry run right now, 2023. Everybody got their fiscal budgets this year in January. Everybody got their hiring budget, their advertising budget, you name it. That's the fiscal year for them, right? For an advertising firm, for anyone who wants to do business with these guys. They're like, hey, are you hiring this year? Nah, we're going to hang on. We're going to sit on our hands on this one, right? You're looking at 2023 right now, and it might not be the cycle that they report to in the SEC, but it's the cycle of what? You have tax return season. People should be spending money like crazy, buying cars, buying product, because that's what you do with your tax return. Well, guess what? The rates are too high. I'm not going to go buy a car at 8%, 9%. So that aspect, that whole spectrum's gone. Now those salesmen can't pay their bills because they didn't sell any cars. Yep. They didn't buy a house. They didn't buy furniture. They didn't buy product. Now it's just you chasing this tail of this downward spiral that happens to the economy. And it happened the same in 2008 and 2009. Mass layoffs. And I told everybody, I go, you can't call it a recession until we lose 2 million jobs. You have to lose 2 million jobs. Do you know what you do to provoke 2 million jobs lost? You ready for this, Tetron? You close a commercial bank that gives money to small cap and mid cap companies to pay their payroll. That's how you induce mass layoffs. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's happening today. This is all orchestrated in my end. And maybe I'm just too tinfoil. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theory. But I'm not, because I read the goddamn bit. I read the whole damn. I read it. I read the filings, guys. And I read them out loud. And then I connect the dots and I see who's involved. And you're going to tell me that this company, SVB and Signature Bank, that have ties to the administration on their board of directors, just let it happen? It's okay.
Yep.
Go look at the board of directors. They have individuals that have served in this Congress on their board of directors. There's no way that you don't know how far stretched these banks are. Moody's rates them out to be AAA. Everyone's in on this. Everyone's
Yeah.
in. And what happened during the housing
You're right.
crisis? Everybody was in. But I also want to tell you a story that happened during the housing crisis. Okay?
I'm ready.
So they had this moment to bail out the auto industry back then. And while they were bailing out the auto industry, there was this small little startup company going around door to door asking people for money. And there was only a pocket full of people that believed in this company, that believed in the leadership, and they rose from the ashes like a phoenix. And they are Tesla. It took 11 years for Tesla to realize a profit from that meltdown. I don't care how long it takes for GameStop to realize a profit. But if GameStop can go around and get money for Web 3.0 and get money for what this is, decentralized funding or banking or however they're going to do it with their GameStop wallet, what I have, I'm going to love this company till the day I die, till the day I drop. But if they can grow out of the ashes from this, well, shit, I'm all in. And then we're that small group that gets to tag out like everyone else did at Tesla. Go look at it, man. The richest man in the world was manufactured from the ashes. You can be you. Just remember that. All right, I'm going to read the chat. I haven't read the chat in a while. I apologize, guys. I got trapped in the zone there. I try to read all the chat. You guys know this. But that's what happened back then. If you guys don't remember, we were all there. I apologize. Guys, on the stream right now with me, joining me is Tetron Invest. If you guys do not know who he is, he's a known YouTuber that supports GameStop, theorizes. I don't want to say who he works for, but he has a great understanding for the DRS system and a lot of other things that we talk about, but we generalize these things in real time. We're here tonight. Tetron Invest, good evening. How you doing, sir?
Dude, I'm good. I'm just always happy to be on Marantz Rantz. Marantz is always spitting facts, and of course he's ranting because he's Marantz Rantz. But hey, it's all learning, and it's just great stuff. It's just awesome.
So Whiskey says this is a perfect time to implement government crypto. You know, I wouldn't go that far. I know what that is, the wild, wild west of cryptocurrency. I know that the Ethereum is the odd lot of it all. And when I say that is stake to own, they went ahead and got away from the rodeo, as I can say. But just not enough for me to ever invest and really back it. You guys know I support GameStop. I have a wallet. I have cryptocurrency. Don't get me wrong. I own the coins myself in a storage off-site. But I'm not going to promote it to that point. You know, to say that we can get away from the banking system itself. Listen, guys, a couple of banks, yes, I get it. They're over leveraged. They're idiots. They made some bad decisions. They're asking for a bailout, basically. You know how I feel about this. I'm telling you what it is. And what they'll end up doing, and once they get the little tap on the hand, you see, here's the problem too, Tetron, and I want to tell you this, is back in 2009, right, when the Dodd Act passed, if people got to know what that was about the housing crisis. People were giving out, risky loans. And they're saying we won't do that any longer. Now they have to verify their income, and we won't be loaning money to individuals that can't pay back loans because it's illegal, essentially. You have people that are funding mortgage-backed securities, but they have no idea what they're buying is trash because you got some people who can't afford the houses themselves. So they put in all these rules in place. But guess who's following the rules? 4 banks. That's it. So you have 4 banks following regulation, big regulation, but I got 5,000 banks in America. So 4,996 banks are doing whatever the hell they want to do. And they're not following those rules.
With the deposits and everything.
That's what I'm telling you. It's not in the same way. Yeah. Data Zero is here. Thank you, Data, for the support. I appreciate you, sir, for jumping into the chat. That's a kid I tore apart. 2 boats and a helicopter. Okay, if you guys don't know what that is, 2 boats and a helicopter, it's a phrase. And what it means is we're giving you 2 boats and a helicopter to get the hell out of this mess. If you guys need it, it's called GameStop, GameStop, and GameStop. There's your 2 boats and a helicopter. God, it looks good. Yellen just announced a bailout, so why would there be bank runs? Brian Bartholomew, thanks. I believe that was your name. I don't know what it is. Bartheon, whatever the hell your name is. Hey, Brian, I butcher names all the time, bro. Don't get discouraged. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you. Her saying that there's gonna be a bailout happened in real time while I'm live here. Right? That was before I put up the title. But I will tell you this. Okay. Bank runs will happen, and here's why. People will lose confidence. And I'm not saying they're going to run from banks totally, but you would rather pull your money out, and it costs you nothing to do it. Like, if you're wrong and the bank doesn't fail, well, you could put it right back in tomorrow. No harm, no foul, right? Like, you didn't lose anything. But if you're wrong and the bank does run, guess what? You just lost money. and you just lost a percentage of it, no matter what FDIC is claiming that they're going to back. They're backing all deposits right now for SVIB. That doesn't matter to me. How about all the other banks that are worried right now? Small businesses in America are meeting this weekend to talk about their cash and where it's sitting. And if they don't like that bank, and if they're looking into the bank, I want to ask you guys something. How many companies in America have the understanding of the bank's financial system, the plumbing, to actually make an evaluation rather than just reading a Moody's rating and seeing the pages themselves?
Facts.
Who really understands what the bank is over leveraged and understands the financial markets the way they should? Hell, I've got GNS, right? Genius Group. They don't even have their lawyers reading their paperwork when it comes to dilution. So what makes you think that you have the lawyers in place to battle? Hey, Silicon Valley Bank, the name itself is recognition for what the area is. It doesn't mean that they're just there. They're in Boston as well. They're all over the damn country. But guys, you can get, I'm going to tell you something crazy. When I was real young, I was 9 years old. I go to the bank with my dad, right? We go to Bank of America. I thought that was the only bank in the world because it was Bank of America. It's America's bank. I loved America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I was America's red, white, and blue. And then when I grew up, I was like, shit, there's Robobank, there's Wells Fargo, there's First Union, there was so many damn Sunshine Bank, you name it.
Yep.
So what the hell is this? That's when you find out why people do business with other people. Okay, I'm gonna say another thing, and I got people in here, guys. Don't kill the messenger. I guarantee you, there is no bank run on a Jewish-owned bank. No bank run, because when a dollar goes into the Jewish community, it never comes out. They will spend money at the Jewish barbershop, the Jewish restaurant, the Jewish dry cleaner, the Jewish car dealership. I know. I lived in Savannah, Georgia, and the Kaminskis, they own the oldest car dealership in America, the oldest Jeep dealership in America, Savannah, Georgia. And these guys would only do their loans with Savannah Bank, no other national bank, just Savannah, not Wachovia, nothing else. And why? Because it was run by their family. I was like, what the hell? Guys, there is unity in banking. You guys want to talk about people that don't understand, that don't see what it is? The startups, the risky startups, these guys who are sitting out of a garage trying to form Amazon, trying to form the next Oracle, they're all doing it out of a garage in Silicon Valley. They want to go to Silicon Valley and put their money in that bank. But why would you? They're not part of the four big ones, right? You're going to risk all your funds? You tell me they're not secure? What's secure? What's in there right now, or what's going to be put in there a month from now? That's what you got to ask yourself. Oh, sorry.
Crazy.
I'm not supposed to say the J word. I know. I apologize, guys. All right, but I'm just letting you know. Yeah, I know. I apologize, guys. They'll shut me down. Yeah, I know. They take care. I'm not mad at it. I respect it 100%. You guys have no idea. I respect it 100%.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's smart business.
It's not like a saying anything bad or something.
I'm just stating a fact, bro. Straight facts.
Exactly.
I only speak one language, guys. I don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Japanese. I speak facts. That's the only difference here, okay? So I apologize. What can I say? I'm bullish. Yeah. I'm bullish as fuck. I can't say anything else.
Facts. You know? If you like that.
There you go. Oh, yeah. No, hey, guys. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. You guys know what it is. We hang out here. We talk this stuff out in real time. Only reason why Ukraine is being backed so hard. Well, I told you what that was for me. The Ukraine tie to it all. I saw Ukraine. I saw the U.S. government pump money into Ukraine. Ukraine pump money into FTX, and FTX pump money into Democratic Party runners. For the last election, and that's a tie to it. That can be a tie to it, and it has been a tie. And we've seen that go around in circle, and that's in real time. And then who's making money off that though? Like I told you guys, Gary Gensler, who is also a graduate of the Wharton Business School, right in Pennsylvania. He's a graduate. Donald Trump's a graduate. But so is Mike Milken and all of the rest of the distressed credit investors, right? So I pay attention to where private equity has been waiting with stacks of cash to pounce on companies that are distressed. And how do you distress companies? Well, one, you allow them to flourish. You allow them to just get too confident during a bull run where it's free to borrow money. and they borrow money for like 10 years. They overextend themselves forever. And all you have to do is commit capital for 10 years to one of these hedge funds. And guess what they're going to do with one of those funds? They're going to go in there and they're going to short the shit out of it. They're going to destroy it. They're going to let them get extended. Because when this happens right now, what you see in front of you, I learned this from Mark Vadden, right? I used to study what Mark Vadden's doing. I've been watching his one interview that I have or read up on his companies that he's running. And he said it. He said, do not spend money during one of these cycles. These cash burn rates run you dry. And so I'm looking around, I'm seeing all the gymnastics that people are doing to stay afloat, right? You look at Kohl's. Kohl's burned off $1.8 billion this year in cash. Kohl's has on the board of directors ties to BlackRock, Blackstone. They have the other guy who's from McCollum. Is it McCollum? Macellum Group. Macellum Group are the same individuals that recommended Bed Bath & Beyond's board of directors and take over and wrote that letter. So it's the same cats going into these companies and destroying them from within. And we all did that. It's all part of Connect the Dots. If you go look at that whole series, type in Connect the Dots, Tetron, when we're done. Watch part 1 all the way to part 9, and you'll catch up. I might even have part 10 already. I don't remember if I did part 10.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up.
Be the banks, bro.
So fast.
I've got to do a whole thing about banking when I'm done because this is going to be great. Yes, don't forget, guys, there are no super chats allowed in this chat. If you super chat, you will be blocked for 300 seconds. We do not allow super chats. We just promote information, free information, and you guys get it all the time. It's everywhere. And we do the best we can. Okay, so don't go that route. But always thumbs up, like the channel, do your thing. Appreciate you. Out of the 700, 800 people that are here right now, go over to Tetron's channel, give him a subscribe, do the same thing. He's a good kid about GameStop, and why wouldn't he be, right? AMC bankrupt this week. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that they're going to go bankrupt this week. They still have cash on hand, enough to last another 2 quarters. They have some movies coming out. They're selling popcorn. They're enthused. They're excited. And no one's asking them for their money back right now. The bondholders waived all the covenants for this year. So I anticipate next year it can go belly up. That's also just happens to be 2023, December, when AMC CEO and chairman of the board, his vested shares mature, and he's able to cash out, I believe, almost like 2 million shares, if I'm not mistaken. So it would be a good time for him to retire and a good time for them to walk the other side of the rope. Another person here is going to say, gonna run tomorrow, and he's naming some trash-ass stocks. That's never going to happen. Marantz, what hedge fund do you work for? Show qualifications. Evergreens, I've been around for a lot longer than any YouTuber in America. It's just me, and I would tell you Matthew Kors, right? And no, I don't work for a hedge fund, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, so it makes me infinitely smarter than the next guy. I do a lot more homework than everybody else. I do have a corporate job. I do have shares in other companies, but I love GameStop. I love what they do. And that's it. I educate myself. Sure, I come from a background of finance, of stuff like that from time to time over the last 20 years. But I've been invested my whole life, right? In the market that you've been invested with. I've lost my ass. I've gained my money back. I've made it. I'm back on my feet. The hedge fund is my wife. My wife runs my finances to a point. And I'm not saying she controls the money, but she tells me what the hell I'm going to do with my life. So I love her for that, and I've been with her for 16 years. I'm not going anywhere. Silicon Valley Bank got the runs. Jack the Ripper, thank you so much. I'm late, so SVB will not be trading tomorrow, right? It should be open tomorrow, the stock itself. But what I'm asking you is who's buying it? Who's buying at $30 a share? Who's going to start owning this company and putting more stress? Remember, they borrowed $800 million on 2 senior notes just a couple of months ago. And I showcased that on Connect the Dots. And what that means is somebody owns the debt on these bonds. And when the price of the stock comes crumbling down, you have no market cap. And I don't know what the covenants are on the bonds, but I can only imagine, because you guys got to remember this. Okay, we'll run this back. When you borrow money from the last decade, you've been borrowing money. They're called Covey-Light loans, Covey-Light bonds. That means the covenants are very light. Anytime you're borrowing money right now in a distressed credit cycle with interest rates as high as they do what they call Covey heavy. Okay. So that means the risk is on you, not the person issuing the bonds, right? So you have a Covey heavy loan, you better have cash on hand. You have to have prerequisites for those bonds, and it's listed within it. I can go read them up again. I know a lot for certain other companies, but not this one. But thank you for asking about my qualifications. Like I said, I ate a burrito this morning. That was giving me my qualifications. But hey, if you guys ever want to second guess my knowledge on said stock or said information, well, you can ask me some questions and we'll spitball it for a while. Remember, I'm spitting off the top of the dome. No notes, no edits, no cuts. One take session. I do it every time, so you guys can feel free and see what we got here. Lunch is over. I'm going to run this back tonight. Peace. Paulo, I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. If you guys don't remember the Holiday Inn commercials, that's what they used to say. They used to be like, man, you're flying the plane? He goes, no, I'm not a pilot, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, which makes him smarter because he got a good value and he paid less. That's what that means. Ally Financial Bank looks like they're next. I don't know about Ally Financial. I should look that up, Toad. I appreciate that. Let me write that down. I'm going to start looking into certain banks, but somebody like Ally, I have to go look at their finances. You guys know that people were talking about Robinhood was going to be affected because they have their money in SVB as well, and they just happen to be the largest holder of Dogecoins. Listen, if Robinhood's going to go down, well, shit, let's just start shutting down all the little mom and pop brokerages in your phone. But they don't even have as many customers as they used to. 740 people watching. Hit the like button, guys. Love the show. Marantz is killing it. Thank you, Robert O'Leary. We're doing our best tonight. Marantz, can you tell me why you like GameStop and what they actually do? What's making them money? Well, just common business, Brother Man. You know, whenever you have a free cash flow of $177 million positive in the quarter, like they did last quarter, that tells you that they actually make money based off of selling product, right? That it's not a hard business model to make. They are one of the only companies during this distressed credit cycle that has had their SG&A go down while their profits have gone up per store. And how that happens is you become a better operator. You're more proficient, right? So they've put things into place, and what we call them are controls. They've put controls into place to control how much spending is being done per store. You know, whether it be just what we call shrink, but there's even hidden shrink in there, right? I'll give you a case of hidden shrink. I have a Scotch tape, and I'm using tape to put up something when all I can really use is thumbtacks, right? I can reuse the thumbtacks, can't reuse the Scotch tape. So those are things like that. And I say those things because we're a penny business. If you're thinking about a penny business, if you're willing to step over pennies to get the dollars, you're going to be in business a long time. So I look at GameStop, and I've looked at the balance sheet. We've looked at every sector. They not only are they parking their cash in marketable securities, which brings them a return on their money. It's not, they don't just have cash sitting there and not working for them. They really put money into the market, and they know how to do it smart. They're the smartest people in the world, right? And when they do this stuff, I love the leadership. I apologize. But when they do this, they're showing you that, one, they don't have covenants tying them down to what they can do with their cash flow. The bond makers are not control of that company. The leadership is. And the leadership is not distressed credit investors. It's actual activist investors, right? So if I'm involved with the company that has the good guys on it, then I'm going to roll with the good guys. And they do make a profit. And you will see that quarter four. I feel they can get to a net profit zero margin. And remember, if you want to see a dividend on this stock, you could eventually. But right now in this stress credit cycle, to even be talking about profits, to even be close to it, like we were $90 million away last quarter. Think about it, $90 million away last quarter. We had a $50 million bad deal done with FTX. We actually spent $283 million in marketable securities. And additionally, we had to pay excess executives that left. We had to pay their severance package. That was millions of dollars that was taken out of there. Now hash off 8 to 9% for inflation. Now you're going to go ahead and annualize on that inflationary number. We're going to be okay. $90 million is not anything to blow to blow the wind at, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's fixable. And now they're cutting off the fat, and now they're shrinking up their footprint, and they're doing everything to become nimble, and that's called profitability, right? And it happens quick. It's been a year and a half. The board of directors have been on site, and now we're going to go a full 2 fiscal years come July, and you let me know what happens at the annual shareholders meeting. I'm going to be stoked. I'm going to be here in front of you. I'm going to have the space helmet on. I'm just chilling. I'm doing my thing. And here's why, because I'm invested. I'm invested forever. I'm sorry to cut you there, Detron, but I know you're excited about it too. But anybody who tells you that this damn company's not worth anything hasn't done the homework that we look at. And the homework we look at is not that it's just brick and mortar. You want brick and mortar. Go ask Amazon. Amazon tried to buy it, and they couldn't buy it. They tried to buy Whole Foods. They tried to build up grocery stores all across the country, and they had to do a drawback on that because everybody wants that brick and mortar footprint. It's like tentacles. It's like a spider web all over the country. And if you ever want to ship product from point A to point B, you need a middle point. And I'll tell you why, because things cost money. The heavier they are, the harder it is to ship. And if I want to ship a PS5, I better do it from the store to your front doorstep rather than not, because final delivery matters. In e-commerce, it does. And I'll tell you why. Because if you don't get your package, who are you going to call? The Ghostbusters. No, you're going to call GameStop. That's who you're going to call, and that's how it works, guys.
Sure.
So just no crazy pumping. Absolutely. You guys know what it is. Who's doing the bank runs? Queen Bee, it's going to be what you call mid-cap and small-cap companies. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one step for people to be cautious and be like, okay, I might lose money. She might be cheating on me. You know, if you've ever been in a relationship and your girl don't let you read her phone, why are you even checking her phone? That means you don't trust her, right? Why are we checking the balances of these banks? Why are we worried about what they're doing with their money? Oh, because you have to. You have to in this case because the money is power. And that's what it comes down to. Why are we going to risk our money, our payroll, our money to the vendors, everything we have? Why are we going to park it in a bank that we don't trust or that we have to look at and we have to be worried about what the board of directors are doing, that they're over leveraged? Why would I ever? I'll just go to Power 4 Bank and I'm good. I'm good. I don't have to worry about it. XRP is trash. Good job. I just shipped my drawers. I have no idea what the hell that means, but thank you so much.
What this?
I have no idea, man. I'm reading the chat. These kids are.
Yeah, dude, your chat's popping off. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! I just got heartburn thinking about these guys.
Yeah, I might have to get going though, Marantz.
Oh,
I really. No, you're good. I literally don't want to cut you off because like you're just on fire right now. Like I'm blessed to be here. And like
it's late where you're at. You probably got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be live in the morning. It's vacation for me right now. I'm gonna be live in the morning. Nice. I'm gonna do my thing, and I really appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. Now let's keep talking about this. Wow, futures might hit 2%. Why? I don't have that answer. I don't have the answer of why markets do what they do. What I can tell you is I read balance sheets and I read fundamentals, and I can tell you what they eventually will do, the company themselves. Whatever the price is of a stock, whatever they want to think it's worth, that's on you. One person to another. All they do is agree on a price and they buy the share. That's all the market is. It's Goldman Sachs market savings account. Okay to open up at this time. You're asking a financial question, YL. You trying to lock me up, bro? Is that what you're trying to do? That don't work for me. Hey, Tetron, you want to say goodnight? Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, just real quick, thank you again so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's always fun talking to you. Always fun learning from you, and you're the man. Keep doing what you do. I hope everyone out there has a great night.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, guys. That is Tetron Invest. He is on YouTube. He's been around for a while. Finally broke 1,000 subscribers, guys. Help him out. Get him some views. He's talking GameStop every chance he gets. He's a good kid, and I love him like a little bro. Yeah, no problem.
You're the man, Marantz.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
My big bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. What time are you going live in the morning, Marantz? Robert, when I wake my healthy ass up, I got to take the son to school. You know, I still live life. Let me hang up on Tetron here. Am I hanging up? Yeah. There you go, brother. Appreciate you. Love the kid. Yeah, I'm going to go live at some point, but I'm looking at this pump and dump called a bank. Look at this nonsense. That is SPACs, guys. I don't care what people tell me. They can tell me anything else they want. So, yeah, he's like, oh, there you go. Don't worry about it. We're doing great, guys. No bailout. It will bill in using your deposit money in the bank. D. James, I know what you're saying. What we're saying is this. Why? Oh, they're supposed to... I apologize. The Discord, people are asking about the Discord. I apologize. It's free. The Discord's always going to be free for the rest of my life. We have a great Discord community, and I will invite anyone who wants to join. You guys know that. We talk stocks. We talk everything. It's in there. Be respectful. Do your thing. But it's always free. It's pinned to the top of the chat, the Discord itself. Okay, guys? And you guys can join it at any time. There you go. And you guys can hang out with us. And then you'll know whenever I'm going. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That was funny. You guys will know whenever I'm going live and stuff like that. And then whatever we're talking about, like right now, we had the breaking news of the banks and everything. We had that well before everything in the Discord. What do you think about Bed Bath & Beyond? Do you think it will run this week? Living in Western Massachusetts. Great question about Bed Bath & Beyond. Here's the truth about Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't think it'll run. I think that what you think is a run might be different than what I think is a run, right? So if it runs up to $3 and it goes up 100% from where it's at right now, is that a run? Chances are it's not a run for a lot of investors who bought it at 5, 7, 8, and 9. They're looking for bigger runs. So unless you bought in at about $1.12, $1.13, whatever it was on Thursday and Friday, you're literally not going to get that price. So I feel that a run on this stock is just by definition about a $2 to $3 increase. And that's it. It's residual returns, or I'm sorry, it's diminishing returns, DR, across the board on the stock. I feel it's being diluted right now. I don't think that it's been announced yet. I feel the warrants that were exercised for the preferred stock, they're being converted to common stock. And that only tells me because of the amount of volume that's on the stock and the downward price action, as in it's being diluted. You won't see it on the chart until it's complete, until you get the filing. But people are going to wait for that to happen before they actually make a decision. By that time, it'll probably be too late. The actual, how can I say it? The fundamentals of that company are terrible. And the board of directors are every single one of the board of directors and the individuals that work in senior spots, right? Like the Dave Kasten hire, the Holly Eklund hire, and then, of course, Sue Gove appointment. They all work for distressed credit investors. They all have a footprint with Apollo, with Alex Partners. It's built for a buyout and or a bankruptcy. That's how you navigate this. That's how you look at the company. It's all smoke and mirrors at this point to try to get some type of momentum to it, sure, but I don't see value coming out of that play. And it's definitely not a short squeeze, just for whoever's invested in that for those reasons. It's unfortunate that it's that way, but that's just my opinion if you ask for it. I've been studying Bed Bath & Beyond for a long time. I have a whole series called Connecting the Dots. It's in the description, or it's in my video somewhere. You go look at the playlist. There's like 9 parts, 10 parts. Go watch them all, and then you'll really understand what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond. Marantz, did you see that Signature Bank was shut down today too? Birdman, I did see that. I went and looked at the board of directors for Signature Bank. They have ties to this administration. Therefore, I feel they could be saved, and or it's either orchestrated at that point. You'll see that SVB has the same ties, and they have ties to all that. Distressed credit investors. If you guys don't know my whole theory on this, and it's not just a theory, it's actually facts, that the distressed credit investors get into these companies, and they do things intentionally. The bank, you see right here, this is a bank run and pump and dump on SVB, and they saw this coming a mile away, yet Kramer's telling you to buy it at 300, 320 just a month ago. It's still a low, it's still a good buy, and that's just ridiculous. The next question is HLBZ. HLBZ is also distressed credit investors. They actually are, I believe, diluting that float, and I have a video on them somewhere. I have a video. Type in Marantz Rantz HLBZ, and it explains what they're doing. And they're trash. I wouldn't touch it, not a day in my life. Why do you talk about the $173 million in cash flow, but don't mention the only reason is because GameStop hasn't paid $800 million in property loans? Well, the $800 million in actual liabilities for the quarter, that's in line with what they do year over year. They upload an upfront inventory. They don't pay whatever is owed on quarter 3, yet inverse, they cash out on quarter 4 because quarter 4, they do 40% of their business. So if you want to do it apples to apples, go look at last year's liabilities, which fall in line with the same amount, and then go look at how they didn't have a free cash flow last year. They do this year. So that kind of tells you that the business is not the same. It's better. It's improving. But I'll let you sit on it and worry about it because it's going to become true on the 21st of March here, RF, and then you're going to see exactly what GameStop's doing and how they do it. They sandbag the number. You don't understand that. But to only lose $90 million, I'm going to let you know what that means on a net loss perspective. They're doing really well, and you'll get that. I live in the Matrix. I have all the answers. Oh, that's good. That's good that you live in the Matrix. I've never been there. Yes, Michael Burry was right. It's tough, man. It's tough that everybody wants to highlight Michael Burry and follow what he does. Michael Burry's a shorter, guys. This is how he made his money at Scion Capital. He's known shorter. So there is nothing in there that tells me I need to follow what he's doing. As far as being right, we've all been right. We just keep watching what we're doing, and we'll be okay. The DD is playing out the way it should be. I'm trying to read the chat to you guys, see what else I can see here. If I don't read it, I apologize. Go ahead and read it back again or write it again, and I don't mind. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem, Aquarius. It's there. I hope Bank of America is trash or JP. I don't know. I don't know, Whiskey. It's good. If you ever get, whenever I tell you those banks are too big to fail, remember we had that conversation? They're too big to fail. Okay, like $1 trillion in assets. The government will never let it come out that way. It'll be a black eye. Remember, the whole world's invested in our market. It's not just Americans. It's the whole world. So if you actually lose trust in Saudi money and, and money from Africa, money from Asia, those Asian markets. Everybody's pumping money into our market. If they lose faith in our market, what happens then? What happens then? That's why you can't let those fall. So there you go. What about Credit Suisse? SVB is a pimple compared to them. I wouldn't say a pimple. I wouldn't say that, Jack the Ripper. But Credit Suisse is in bad shape. And that's what it is. Good night. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, whatever you say, good night. Cool. I know you guys are in different parts of the world, so I apologize, guys. Biden and Yellen, printers go burr. Yeah, what's crazy? Yellen used to be the chairman of the Fed, and she used to have that position. And just like Jerome Powell does right now. And if you saw Jerome Powell on the Hill last week, Jerome Powell literally said our banking systems are fine. They're not in peril, and they're not going to collapse. So guess what happens? A week later, they start collapsing, and it's no big deal. Dominoes will fall. But if you know that you can literally just make a phone call, and Janet Yellen can posture and position herself to say, we're not going to bail out, and then in verse within 12 hours say we are, that tells you exactly what they were doing. They were trying to go and bait someone into buying up bad debt. But it was never going to happen, guys. It's what I tell you. In this world of real business, people that actually have money, people that know how smart they are with money, they don't go buy people's debt. They literally be like, let that shit fail, I'll buy it at the bottom. No one's trying to save anybody. That's why I tell you, Bed Bath & Beyond's going to get saved. The AMC's going to get saved. I'm like, you guys are idiots. Nobody's buying out $5 billion worth of debt. That'll go bankrupt, no worries. And then Bed Bath & Beyond the same way. No one's trying to save them to merge and support. It's never going to happen that way. So it just doesn't go that route. Sometimes I be lurking. Thank you, Mr. Kate. I appreciate you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Would do a gold and a silver roll over being used as your assets at a depository. I don't know, Mike Klein. We've been off the gold standard since 1971, and since then we've had issues, but we had to, and it's just the world we live in now. Whole market will be ripping, and meme stocks will be red again. That's possible. What is funny? Marantz bought a large part of his position when it was in the 40s pre-split. Yes, yeah, we're okay. Yeah, it's okay. Kyoto, I don't ever have to fight with people asking about the position about GameStop and where I sit. Just know I buy every day, and I have for the last 2 years. And I think we've proven that. We show the buy orders in Discord every day. So we do our best. I guess tomorrow will be interesting to say the least. There you go. A company doesn't become more valuable if they're losing profit year after year. RF, I give you something. You're trying to talk about GameStop there, right? Okay. So GameStop in Q3 of 2021, they lost $110 million. They only lost $90 million this year. So they're $20 million on the other direction, right? SG&A dropped 14%. They're the other direction. So you'll figure it out, but by the time you figure it out, it'd be too bad. It's 3 banks in a week so far. I'm curious. Here we go. I'm curious to see what happens Monday morning. Anarchy Television, I totally agree with that. I raced home tonight. We were having dinner, my wife and I was like, hey, I got to get home because banks are collapsing. I got to see what's going on. And she was like, babe, you just talked about them all morning. I was like, I know. Another one just fell. This is crazy. And the DD tells us that all the banks at some point we're going to see some massive stress, right? Because hedge funds actually run these banks and vice versa. They sell it back and forth to each other. The reverse repo rate has been going up for 2 years straight now. During the financial crisis of 2009, it was at $400 billion. That's how much they would park at night, 400 billion, and that was already going to collapse the market, as in to say they don't trust in buying things, they just want to park it overnight. They don't trust their money in banks, they just want to park it in the repo rate and the repo markets, and the reverse repo market. Go look at it today. You're talking about $2.5 trillion versus the 400 billion. Do you know how big this cycle is? How big this bubble is? There's no faith in these markets. There's no way they're going to buy anything. And you want to sell me a bond? You want to sell me, and you know what happens? You're going to pay me to buy that bond because these interest rates keep going up and there's just no way around it. I'm not going to buy someone else's debt. It's not going to happen. And the smart people know this. You guys are freaking me out. Well, we should. I've got too much money in Bank of America. I got to move it. Well, do you have over 250,000? If you have over 250,000, you're going to find out really quick why people park their money in multiple institutions, right? Not all their eggs in one basket. Hell, I have GameStop shares, and I have them in 3 different brokerages, not just one. So what does that tell you? It's not that I don't trust certain things. I've been accustomed to this. Banks got bailed though. Yeah, they got bailed out for what? For a day? You think that's what it is? Be real. Let me tell you something. The amount of confidence that you have to have in a bank moving forward has to be 100% confident. You cannot be 80%, 70%. I think my money might be okay. No. What the hell? Who does business this way? Nobody. You would never be in business. So when you lose confidence, everyone else out there is going to start poking holes at these banks. They're going to start looking at regulatory reform. They're going to start looking at anything they can to say, you know what are they doing? What are they doing? Invest in bullets. That's ridiculous. Roofer till death. Not everything is physical. Not that way. Physical gold and silver is the only safe haven left. B Hall, not for me. Not for me, but I hear you. I hear you guys. Ryan Cohen, not short GameStop, has been selling shares to get liquidity for acquisitions. Well, Dodge, stop it, man. You're going to make me laugh. I can't with you guys, man. I can't. I don't know where this guy comes from with this. I love him. Credit union safe, or are they going down? From what I've seen, they've been okay. You know, credit unions are a little different route, but I haven't ever had an issue with the credit union. I don't support it that way. But remember, credit unions do loans. They're just a little different. This is a commercial bank, guys. People are looking at SVB. It's commercial, small business, mid cap. I believe what I read was they had 63% of their portfolio in loans, and they were for $20 million or less to each company. But yet it was billions of dollars total. That means it's tons of companies, thousands of companies. If you do the math, and that's the way it goes. I'm with you, my dude. Venture capital has 1,000 times the risk, but you're right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's going to be right at the end of this all. I just know what I have. Silver is most undervalued asset at the moment, Dominic. I agree. At the moment. I took $6K out of the ATM since Friday. Shit. I got a $300 limit. First off, I got to have $6K. Queen Bee, I don't even have $6K in my checking. That would be ridiculous for me to have that. I park my money in GameStop. All my money's in GameStop. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it. I parked $4,900 the other day in T. Rowe Price. Park it. Don't need it right now. I told my wife, no, we don't need it. And Almo said, what are you buying? I said, man, Almo, you know what I'm buying. Really pushing my patience the past few weeks. Subtle FUD. Nah, it's okay, man. You got to let it go. Some people are informed or they're not. That's it. You guys can't, if we all start fighting on Twitter, we all start fighting on YouTube and Reddit, where else can we go, man? We get some information, you share it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And if you're uninformed, you shouldn't make a decision. You shouldn't put out money until you do your due diligence. A lot of people out there buy homes and cars and they look at all the reviews and they see the neighborhood and they see the distance and walking distance for work and to school and they do all the due diligence. And I ask you, before you ever put money into a damn stock, do some due diligence. That's all I'm saying to you guys. Read up on the company, read up on the board of directors, and go for that. 93% of SBV investors and customers had over 250K. Whiskey, that means nothing's insured until it's all insured, and now it's all insured. So what does that mean? Yeah. Why are you always saying that, though? I don't know what he said, but I got you. No more than 3 months of expenses in the bank. There you go. Almo knows the way I roll. I took $2K out of the ATM. Jason G, walking around with $2K. Don't be telling people how much you guys took out. You guys are crazy. Stop. I've seen people get robbed for less. I've seen people do for less. I promise you. It's not even worth it. Do whatever you guys want. Put it under your mattress if you want to. Hope your house doesn't burn down when you walk out. I'm not afraid to put my money in a bank because I don't have over $250,000 cash in there. And I don't think I ever will. I think I have so much money that I'll park elsewhere. I would put that in my house before I put that into my debt. And I'm talking about pay off the mortgage rather than that. $3K just out of the Key Bank. There we go. Multiple $500 transactions and cash back at Wally in the stores. Hey, while you were at Wally World, did you buy any AMC popcorn? $130K in Bitcoin. David, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money into Bitcoin, considering, you never know where people are buying it. But if people were buying at 4,400 in 2020, look where it's at today. I mean, I think they're pretty healthy. But who didn't sell at 69? I think everyone should have. I'm eating up this deep. I love it. LOL. Yeah, Johnny G, every now and then I get on a roll where I just want to talk about stuff that's going on in real time, and we'll be live and there's no notes. There's no TV on. There's nothing else going on. It's just me and you. So if you guys have questions, you guys want answers, or you guys want to see the way my mind's working on it, I'll always tell you that. You guys know that. You know the way we've been doing this for a long time. But this run on banks is phenomenal. It's unprecedented. And for me, in my age, where I've been watching markets, I have not really seen a run on banks other than after the fact, right? They're literally running on banks out of fear. Not that anything got shut down. The run shut down the bank. Not the bank got run down. The bank got shut down and then it ran. So it's a little different. The Fed backs up your account up to 250,000. Well, now they're going to do the whole 100% backup on all these accounts here. Hell yeah, brother. You already know. AMC to the moon. No, I don't know that part. Holy shit. AMC to the moon. What are we talking about? I'm just asking if you saw popcorn there. I wasn't saying I was going to buy it. I'm taking my scissors with me when I go to Walmart, and I'm going to stab all these bags of popcorn. Make sure they don't sell. I'm joking, guys. I would never do that. I support, and I'm going to buy a bag of popcorn. That's the plan. I want to find one. I want to buy some. I'm in the mood for some stale popcorn. It's just something that I want, and we're going to go from there. Gold is very portable and can be buried in time. Oh, man, you guys are just too much, man. You guys are too much. You guys think gold. Never mind. I got this gold bar right here. It's my paperweight on my table. I can buy tacos when the bank is shut down. Too much, man. Till they don't. Exactly. Should we not let these banks fail instead of government Fed bailing them out? Okay, listen. I'm with you, APOC Paller. I'm with you. I would much rather have these banks fail. I want to see carnage. I want to see it all. I do. But I know who's involved with these banks. If you don't know who's in Signature and you don't know who's in SVB, go watch Connecting the Dots Part 9. Just type that into your chat, your search screen, and you got it. They literally have individuals that have served with this administration and Obama administration. They are not going to let this bank crumble the economy. It's a left-driven agenda, as in to say, we save the banks. Now we get to tell people that we save the banks. And we get to go ahead and do a whole cycle of voting based off of that information. We saved the economy overnight because our treasurer, Janet Yellen, they got together and they figured it out with the heads of the Fed and Jerome Powell. And no way. No way. You can mask it and you can tape it all you want, but that's the way it goes. I got more gold than Hycroft Mining. That's for damn sure. I think everybody does. Takes money to buy the whiskey. So all three banks closed because of fear. 3, Sunshine. All it takes is one. I'm not going to tell you why the other one's closed because it hasn't been announced, and I haven't gone into the balance sheet to look, but I did go into SVB's balance sheet, and they're already losing tenfold. That's the stock you see on the screen right there. But I don't know. I don't know why Signature Bank closed, but I did see a drop-off of over 20% pretty much in all banks on Friday, Thursday and Friday. So let's see what happens. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at this. All those banks, with the exception of Citibank, apparently, all those banks lost like 20%, right, in value? Now, they didn't have the issues that SVB has. But it's when you lose confidence in the sector, you lose confidence in banking, you're literally going to pull your money out of any bank. Whether you're whether you're investing in the bank and or if your money's in that bank. That's why these stocks go down, because you lose confidence. And you're going to lose confidence. The minute one person has a misstep, you're going to look around and be like, I wonder if mine's the same way. That's how this works. So pay attention to that, please. And that's what's happening. Take your phone. I have no idea what you mean. You see me check my phone? Take my phone? I don't know. Oh, I've got messages. I'm getting everything, bro. My buddy just called me about 401k. Wow, he's worried about the banks crashing. He literally is calling me. How's U.S. Bank looking, though? I got like $15K in operational estate funds and took a hit Thursday and Friday. You know what? I'll deep dive into it for you, Stacks. You're my boy. I'm going to help you. Let me go in there. Let me see what we got in U.S. Bank. I'm nervous for a lot of people. I am. I'm not a fearmonger. I'm not trying to tell you guys bank runs are going to happen. What I'm telling you is that when you lose confidence in the financial institutions, you literally will move your money from this bank to another bank. And from what I've read, the number one bank getting all the run is BRICS. And that's Brazil, Russia, India, Spain, China Bank, right? Like literally that's the bank that sits under all those flags that's getting the most run on that. So I would look at that one. I would look at our crowd. And that's going to be a Jerusalem bank solely. I would want to see what the deposits are like for both of those banks. But I heard BRICS is getting the most deposits as of today. And that would just tell you people are nervous. Banks are closed on Sunday. I doubt they're closed today. I think they're open. I think people are having meetings, and that's the way they go. They need to save the people. Hell, give me a grant in the bank. Well, yeah, because here's the thing. You lost confidence in the U.S. dollar. Well, you could never. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? Banks in Germany are starting to have issues. Sure. How could the FDIC cover all the accounts if a lot of banks fail? Mike Klein, they're built to cover 250,000. That's easy. That's easy. But I'll tell you right now, they covered every business in the country. Covered every business in the country in 2020. So why don't you tell me how that's possible? You worried about banks? How about every business, period? BRICS equals gold and silver. Sure, you can. We've all seen the money. We've all seen the movie. Well, I don't got your money. George, here's your money. Carol. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I know. How about this? How about that movie, Dick and Jane? Is that what it's called? See, you guys got to go watch that one. Anyway, that's the real one you guys got to be watching. All right. Old Black and White with his name. What's his name? I don't know. I have it right here. Isn't that not Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? Is that the one it was called? I don't remember. What's up, Great Ape? How you guys doing? How could the FDIC cover all the accounts if a lot of banks fail? Mike Klein, it's really easy. Your money. It's called taxpayers' money. And that's exactly what it is. And the FDIC is run by us, so it's no different. They'll cover with more garbage fiat, exactly, no problem. Just print and repeat, bye dollar. Now that's the whole plan, but you know what? You show me what you got. Always a good night when I get off of work and I have a fresh Marantz vid to come home to. Gray Ape, I made like 4 videos today. I don't even know what I was talking about half the time. Yes, I did. What the hell, man? I'm telling you, man, guys, I had a video I recorded and I deleted it. It was of the vintage. We were in there, man, and these damn millionaires had no idea. There's a couple of billionaires, some millionaires, whoever. They had no idea what was going on in this world. Or maybe they do. Maybe they just don't care they have so much money. Not addressing an $800 million property loan and saying $45 cost basis. That's not what happened, Yost T. What are you talking about, Yost T? You think I give a shit? Would you guys care about GameStop? That doesn't matter to me. You're ridiculous. A $45 cost basis, nobody has that. $800 million property loan, that you're wrong again. Like, get your facts straight, please. It's embarrassing. But I'll see you on Tuesday, the 21st, and we'll all talk about it. There we go. 400 zombies. That's what they are. Pretty Machine Go Brr. Yeah, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Oh, I thought it was Spain. I apologize. Thank you so much. Signature Bank had about $110 billion in total assets, $88 billion in deposits as of December 2022. Okay, that's small apples. Small apples compared to the 200 that we just dealt with, 170. But it's still big. It's still enough. You know what? I apologize. That's a lot of money. 88 billion is a lot of money. And I hope people respect it and know what it is. Does JP Morgan Chase look strong to you? Yes. That's one of the big boys. I don't see them. It's one of the top 4. Exactly. You can't touch the top 4. It's not even possible. Thoughts in CEI and CLNN. I have no thoughts of shitty ass stocks. And I only say that because we don't study those stocks here. That's not what we do on this channel. We literally do DD on Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC, GameStop, yes, HYMC every now and then if I have to, but the markets in general, right? What's going on in the world, macroeconomics, not stock, individual stock. Sorry. Causing more inflation. I have no idea what the hell that means. But JPM is fine, correct. Actually, the year 2000, the US dollar has lost 84% value to gold. The Swiss franc has lost 73%. That's good to know. Did Trump University make the NCAA tournament? You idiot. Oh, man. I'm moving money to Chase. Okay, well, good luck. Saudi Arabia and Iran will be in BRICS by the end of this year. That's wild. That's wild. Fifth bank by Friday. Marantz, can you explain why GameStop has had significant decrease in profit quarter after quarter for the last decade? Sure, RF. That's not factually true. They literally made a profit in 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015. And I will tell you something. For you uninformed investors, or for like you've been beating this over the head now. This is your 4th message that you've sent to me about GameStop and having a significant decrease quarter after quarter after quarter, which is not factually true. Just so you're aware, okay? GameStop made a profit, but they were also in a cycle. and a console cycle. So whenever you have a console cycle, you see a decrease in profits. In addition to that, they had the Fortnite effect. Marry that with COVID and distressed credit investors infiltrating the company, them shrinking their footprint from 6,500 stores to 4,200 stores. Your top line revenue will drop year over year. You're looking at the wrong numbers. You don't know how to evaluate the business. You don't understand the balance sheet, but I'll help you. Go watch the other videos. I've got 1,200 videos. I'm sure you'll find the GameStop ones. Or you can wait 2 weeks and I'll do it up to date live on the camera right here in front of you about GameStop's earnings on the 21st. I'll be here. Don't worry, you're invited. No invitation needed. Great rants tonight, Marantz. Thanks so much, Ryan. I appreciate you, man. Kramer recently said JP Morgan is a fortress. I'd be careful. Yeah, I mean, inverse Kramer. I hear you that, man. I mean the balance sheet. RF, such a moron. Can't read math. Yeah, he can't read a balance sheet either. Yeah, it's a smaller profit. The company isn't growing. Oh, man, my stomach hurts, guys. These guys are just killing me tonight. I love it. So no bonuses for SBV executives. They got rid of the bonuses. You know, they actually got rid of their bonuses last year, and they increased their pay $300 million. So I want you to go read the fine lines. I did that on Connecting the Dots, too. Don't worry, we talked about it. FDIC has $124 billion on the balance sheets. So, yeah, not even close. Well, there you go. They have plenty of money, man. My mining stocks have been pretty much frozen for a year now. I'm not worried. There you go. OPEC countries, and yeah, there we go. Continue to petrodollar when our country is going. Yeah, you can do the worst. I use silver bars as door stoppers. Dominique, you're rich, bro. I don't want to do it. I'd rather deal with literally any and every other trade. Thank you, Stacks. Me too. People come in here and say the most random shit without ever reading the financials. Yes. They just read whatever they've been told, guys. You know, I talked to a guy at work yesterday, and I was trying to tell him, I said, man, I'm here to save you. And he goes, oh, no, bro, I'm good. Your investments are trash. I said, are you sure? Are you sure? You want, you know, and he didn't want to hear it. He gave me his whole pitch. It's brick and mortar. It's not going anywhere. I don't shop there. I go, okay, yeah. All right. Well, go tell it to all the Bed Bath & Beyond investors that are so sure of themselves right now, yet they don't shop at the store. So will game stores only sell consoles and accessories after everything goes digital? I still having the physical disc or cartridge. You know what, Matthew Shaw? The chances are no. And, you know, it's just you're being oblivious to what it is and what the movement is. But it's okay. You guys, I'm telling you, stop worrying about GameStop so much. It's going to be all right. If you're not invested in it, I don't know what to tell you. You're missing out on the best opportunity that you have to recuperate your losses from AMC and Bed Bath & Beyond. But that's probably why you guys are pissed off. But you'll be all right. How long until markets will open? Gustavo von Braun, I don't know. It's 9 o'clock right now. Did the time already move up, or am I tripping? Is that right? Yeah, 9:14. Remember, the clocks went forward yesterday, so I don't even know what time it is around here. But that's it. FDIC can cover 1.26% of the current profit. There you go. Is the Fed bailing out SVIB? Yes, Great Ape. I read some stuff that affect today. Yes, they are. They're going to go ahead and insure all deposits. That's basically what they're going to do. Okay. Whiskey, you're right on the money. I think that only they're like 2.5 cents for every dollar in the system. Correct. Kyoto, for general corporate purposes, will announce that they sold shares. Oh, good, Wilbur Dodge. I'm so happy you're a mind reader. You guys actually figured this out. Well, hey, guys, listen up. I just want to thank the 7,181 people that came through tonight. I really appreciate you guys learning about banking, learning about GameStop, learning about what it is to be fundamentally sound. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to take off at this moment. I know it's 9:15, and I could keep going on and on and on. Been live for 3 hours. I'm going to be live tomorrow morning. Take my son to school. I'll be live by 9 a.m. We're going to rock. We're going to rock this whole week. I'm off. I'm chilling with you guys every day this week. Going to kill it. Run it back. We'll see what happens with the economy. If you guys want to type in the chat, let me know what you guys want to do. Go ahead. It's open chat. The Discord is pinned to the top of the chat of the live chat. Go look at it. It's also in the description of the video. Join the Discord. It's completely free. It costs you nothing. And I want to thank everyone to come out here and get all the good information. Don't forget to watch Connecting the Dots Part 1 through 9. Watch them all, guys, and you'll have a good understanding of what's happening with this market. Appreciate everybody, guys. Thank you guys so much. It's GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz Rantz.